Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA 21 12670. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Friday, August 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Friday, August 11th, 2023. How's everyone feeling today? Hope you're having a great day. Did you say 103, Mario?
Yes.
I'm doing a revisit, the vibe check on the Heat. Remember a couple weeks ago I tried to bring up we were worried about the Heat and I got shouted down. You still just, it's all good? It's all good? I mean, I'm not, I don't know if there's anything to be done about it, but 103?
Yeah, I don't know if worried is the word, but it's not good.
My God, dude. It was hot outside yesterday on the tennis court. I'll say that, dude. But, again, we are all becoming superheroes because if you have trained your body over the summer to deal with 103, at 93, you're going to feel like you're at a spa. And you're going to be able to freak other people out. Like this football team right now, both Saints and LSU, getting ultra powerful, being forged in the flames. It's like everybody saw Dune here, right?
Yes.
I mean, why are the desert people so badass? Because they've adapted to live in this impossible, inhospitable environment. And that's essentially what we're doing here in South Louisiana now.
I guess. One of the things, like when I go outside now as a 38-year-old, how did we do what we did in training camp, multiple practices a day, like just all the things it takes to get ready for a football season? And I didn't really think a whole lot of it at the time.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, you thought it sucked, but you just went on and did it. But, yeah, no, I agree. I was driving by. So shout out to my daughter. She had her first day of school yesterday. Shout out, Alice. Proud of you. You did great. That's awesome. But I went to go pick her up from school. And the, junior high football team maybe was out there or
Jackson.
something. Okay, yeah, so there you go. And the white jerseys and everything.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking at them and I was like, my God, it is way too hot to play football. What are those kids doing? They need to be inside or not playing football right now or playing when the sun goes down. I don't know. Again, you just do what you have to do, I suppose. 103 though. Sheesh, bro. Crazy. So on today's show though, look, it's Friday. So it's going to be a fun show. We got a few things planned today. We'll start touching on a little recruiting for a second. And then I want to, there's a very interesting take I found on Twitter yesterday that I want to put to the room to y'all boys think about. We'll talk a little Saints preseason games. They got a game coming up on Sunday. In hour number 3, our tier list today. I thought about doing a tier list for the entire Power 5 for football heading into this year. But to make it maybe a little bit easier on Taylor, we decided to do a tier list where we're going to take all the teams who will be in the SEC and the Big Ten next year, but rank them on how good they're going to be at football this year in your S, A, B, C, D. So I think that's actually going to be a lot of fun as we barrel towards football season and get ready to kick that thing off. We got some gambling talk in here. Look, the bottom line, it's Friday. Come have a good time. Come hang out. And let's get ready for the weekend together. So in LSU football news, though, Jake, Caden Durham, remember, it was Two guys, Colin Simmons, Caden Durham, going to commit yesterday. We were asking you yesterday, actually, you think they go 0 for 2, 2 for 2, 1 for 2. You said 1 for 2. And well, lo and behold, that's exactly what you get as you lose 5-star edge rusher to Texas. Now, he's from Duncanville, Texas, but the Longhorns ended up winning that with LSU coming in second place. But top 100 running back Caden Durham ends up committing to the Tigers. This is a guy who's the 95th prospect in the country. I think that's maybe LSU's second top 100 recruit now. Taylor, you might know better than I would. But a 95th prospect according to 247 composite, Jake. It's a cat who rushed for this is pretty crazy. He rushed for nearly 2,000 yards. And he had 36 touchdowns on just 210 carries. And I watched his highlight tape, and it makes sense because the dude is a track. I mean, he can fly. He runs a 10.2 500-meter, and his entire highlight tape is just him being multiple miles per hour faster than every other high school kid on the field. So it just filled at 60, 70, 50-yard touchdown runs. So a big get here for LSU getting the 95th. I think he's like the 9th best running back in the country or something.
Yeah, he's top 10 for sure.
Caden Durham.
Yeah, and I always hate when you have two guys that are committing at the same time, because if you don't get both of them, then you feel like you're disappointed, and you listen to the fan base and they wanted both these players. You didn't get both, but you did get one. And you got a really good player, a player that's going to help you. He has all the skills to play in the SEC and be a difference maker in the SEC. Like you said, T, he is a top 100 player. Now, you missed out on a top 5 player. You understand that. But there's still players at that position that you're going to have an opportunity to get. Dominic McKinley is somebody that within your state plays the same position. And the two schools that he's kind of come down to are Texas and LSU. Huh. So would this maybe change his mind about Texas? He is in Lafayette, so you think that you've got a pretty good chance of at least getting to the finish line with a chance to cross the finish line there. So you still have a chance to get an edge rusher. We talked about this, I think it was last week, late in the week. We talked about these two players, these two edge rushers. So you go out there, you get a top 10 running back, and you still have the opportunity to add a special guy there on the edge. And so don't look at this like LSU missed out on a guy. They went and got a guy. It so happens to be from the same high school. It's a really good player, and looks like he could help LSU pretty quickly.
So look, I don't really care as much about individual recruits, but good on him. He's got an exciting tape. It's cool. It's a good recruit, right? LSU now up to the 11th class in the country, 5th in the SEC, which again just shows you how ridiculous the SEC is. But this is where I think it gets actually interesting for radio and for conversation. And this is a tweet from a guy, Max Toscano. Now, I'm not 1,000% sure, Jake, but I think this cat used to write for Valley Shook when he was young. I think he joined Jim Mora's staff as like a GA maybe or something. And so he's been up at UConn, learning from Jim Mora Jr., learning the game and everything. But he's still a massive LSU guy, and he tweets this yesterday, and a lot of people are very angry with him about what he says here, but, kind of sent my take, my take alarm bells ringing, and I was like, wait a second, but people are angry, but, is he wrong? Let's talk about it. He says, quote, Max says, it's very interesting that LSU, between Angel Reese and Livy Dunn, Dylan Cruz, and Paul Skeens, is the most buzz, visible, marketable, athletic brand in the country, and the school's flagship program, football, has seen zero boost in recruiting from it, way behind Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey. Now, here's the thing to highlight. I think when you initially read that, there is a reaction that wants to make you defensive because you believe in Brian Kelly. He had an incredible year one. He's a very good coach, and he seems to have everything operating on a very high plane right now at LSU. And recruiting's not awful. They're 11th in the country, right?
They're up to 6th on 3.
Okay, there you go. 6th on 3. But when you think about it, objectively, he is way behind Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey. I mean, they both signed number 1 class in the country and won national championships. And you are not recruiting at the level that you did, just technically, if you just look at pure rankings under Les Miles and Ed Ogeron. So again, you can be defensive about it. And I think Brian Kelly's the guy. If you listen to the show, you know how much I love Brian Kelly, but I guess there's actually, I don't see that much of a lie in the take.
Well, I disagree with it.
Okay, why?
Because recruiting in football is completely different now. You have a top 6 class. It's not like you're 17th or 18th, so you're still doing what you have to do. You've dominated Louisiana, which is always priority number 1. Dominate Louisiana. Now, star chasing, that's for somebody else. It's not for me. You have a goal every single year as the LSU football coach to go out there, put a fence around the state, and so far they have done that.
That is true.
Okay, so that's goal number 1. And also now the transfer portal has to play into this. And your starting quarterback, who is the first team all-SEC quarterback, is a what? He's a transfer.
Yeah.
You've gone out there and you've got Omar Spates, all Pac-12 linebacker, who is a transfer. So you're doing the things that you have to do. It might not be in high school recruiting where you're number 1 or 2 or 3 in the country. Hey, Florida's number 4 in the country. You want to change places with where they're at as a program to where you're at as a program, right? Recruiting is a big portion of it. It is not to say all be all, and that's just the way I've always felt about it. You have to do the things that you set out to do, and the things that LSU always sets out to do in recruiting is dominate Louisiana, and they have done that so far, and there still might be more to come. If you go get a 5-star edge rusher from Louisiana, this class goes from 6 probably to
Well,
it might
I
go
don't
up
think
to 4.
I don't think we can call it 6 right now because you can't take like just the highest and then ignore the lowest. Like that's why I always just stick with the 247 composite. But it doesn't really matter if you're 6, you're 10. Like 6 and 10, what's the difference there? It's like what you're saying is if you get an edge rusher, you can be a top 5 class.
Yeah, and I mean LSU's not falling behind in anything right now. They might not have the NIL deals that Angel Reese and Livy Dunn and some of the others, Cruz and Skeens, have right now, but they still have primetime players. So it's not like they don't have guys that are first-team all-conference type players. And another thing, their best players on this football team are what? Linemen.
Yes, he's done a very good job of rebuilding the line.
So no offense to the line, they're not going to get
and
as
LSU
much
doesn't normally have
spotlight
good lines
as some of the other, as your starting center field, as your number 1 pitcher, as your top scorer, right, in basketball.
True.
So you've got Mason Smith, who's a defensive tackle.
Yep.
You got Will Campbell, who's a left tackle. Like those positions are Mekhi Wingo, your All-American, is another defensive tackle. So a lot of different factors play into this. But I would argue with whoever Max is that Harold Perkins is pretty close to with a special year with what he did last year to being in that same group that he listed out here at the beginning as well.
Angel Reese, Livy Dunn, Dylan Cruz, and Paul Skeens. Yeah.
You can't talk to anybody who covers the SEC or college football. Doesn't matter who I talk to. Best defensive player in the country or most game-changing player in the country, he's always the first name out.
It is interesting because at the core of the take here is that that football's seen zero boost in recruiting. And again, like we've seen football recruiting, very, very well. So maybe like a boost in recruiting is unrealistic because LSU's not going to be number 1 in the country, but it's they are behind. And I know you don't care about stars, but for people that do, they are behind. Like
you can go back to every class of LSU that's been successful as far as a team, and you look at how that team is built. It is built through dominating Louisiana. It's not getting number 1 classes. It's not getting number 2 classes. It's finishing within the top 8 of recruiting and dominating Louisiana.
Yeah. I think there is an element, though, in football that
247's also up to number 7, according to Chris H. in the Bayou 4 chat.
Okay, there you go. Just give me the composite. Just give me the 247 composite. That's what I would want to see. I think I wonder, and do you think you're that guy in football in the same way that you are in baseball and that you are with Kim Mulkey? Like, I'm not going to say that you are that guy in women's basketball pre-Kim Mulkey, but wherever Kim Mulkey goes, you immediately, that video where the guy's like, you're not that guy. Wherever Kim Mulkey goes, you become that guy. Do you think you're there in football? Because I kind of think that it's
LSU baseball, though, they've kind of always been out in front.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that baseball has. Kim Mulkey makes you that in basketball immediately because how badass she is. I'm saying I think because LSU football, while it has the moments at an unpaired that nobody else has, like in terms of the highs, like nobody's won all the natties with 3 coaches, all that we all know about. There's just enough inconsistency where you don't get treated the same like Alabama football's like LSU baseball, right? And now Georgia just through the sheer brute force of winning 2 natties in a row. But like Ohio State gets a bit of an out where maybe arguably they shouldn't, but they do. And I don't think they should. But like, is it a deal where in football, you won't get that kind of Nick Saban, Alabama, Kirby Smart, Georgia believe until Brian Kelly wins a natty?
I mean, probably. And like you said, I think you have to be a little bit more consistent. The lows can't be as low if you want to be in that top 3.
Yeah.
Because LSU's still won more national championships than Georgia in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and
Ohio
Georgia
State
just
ain't
won
won-
back-to-back. Ohio State's won 2.
Yeah, they won. Oh,
They won one in
two?
the early 2000s.
Oh, that's right.
And
Reese
then they
Claret.
won one in 14.
Yeah.
And LSU still has more than them. So, yeah, I mean, you actually, outside of Alabama, you have the most hardware in the trophy cabinet. But I think what you're talking about, T, is probably right. You want to be more consistent. Like when you're low, you want to be maybe 11th in the country.
Yeah.
And not be in a situation like they were for 2 years. Now, outside of those 2 years, there hasn't been a ton of lows. But, like, even going back to, gosh, like 2014, 2015, teams that had high expectations and you lose games that you shouldn't lose, and you finish the season 8-4 with a bowl win, 9-4, didn't feel great. Like, that's the season that I think you want your low season to be. They were 10-3. They were 10-3 and had a chance to maybe get to the SEC championship game.
Yeah. No. If your low season is 10 wins, that's exact.
But that is a place where LSU, I think, can get.
So to your point here, Jake, actually, I take it back because it does, on the composite, so looking at all of them, LSU's up to 7th, and that's with 23 commits, which, is more than some, less than others. And so, if you add like a couple big more games, you're a top 5 class. And really, to me, that is the metric that I think. I don't care about being number 1 overall, and really top 10. Like, I'm not going to you'll never hear me sit here and complain about being like top 10, because I think if you go in top 10, covering Louisiana, like Jake said, you're doing enough to probably set yourself up to win a championship. But if you're consistently finishing that top 5, I think that's how you start to set yourself up to avoid any of those bad years. And with 23 commits, LSU is, they're right there. I mean, they're right on the edge of breaking into that top 5 for sure. But it's just kind of interesting to think about that program compared to, what baseball and basketball have done, which is inevitable. I mean, they're all second-year coaches that took over, varying degrees of struggling programs and immediately turned them around.
Yeah. I'd like to go back and see maybe some of the years that we're talking about where you didn't have your best year, what the recruiting class was the year before, and try to correlate that to see what it actually says about the on-the-field success or lack of success, depending on what you're looking for.
Well, it gets dense. It's like Les Miles always had top 5 classes, but then he had the thing where they didn't sign a linebacker for 2 years. And so the team really struggled because of it. So it's one of those deals where you're right. It's not an end-all be-all, right? You still got to positionally recruit. Roster management is a thing. Like, it's not just that you do top 5 and you're going to be good. If you don't, you're not. So I see what you're getting at there for sure. But
so in the top 10 guys in Louisiana, top 10 players, and I'm looking at On 3. You can look at 247. I don't know how much different it would be or rivals, if that's rival still.
No,
Rival's
yeah.
still out there, right?
Look, the only thing I care about the composite for is team rankings, player rankings, whatever. If you're talking about the best players in Louisiana, you can go anywhere.
This says top 10 players. You have 8 of them committed to you.
Yeah.
And the other 2, you have one that is a heavy lean and one that is 50-50 between you and Texas.
I mean, that's you. I don't think I've ever seen that before. If you get all the top 10 players state, have you ever seen that?
It might have happened, but I don't remember. And you got number 13, you got number 15 in the state, you got number 20 in the state, you got number 25 in the state as well. So not the only players. 33rd in the state.
Kelly really enjoying being able to drive to recruit. I mean, he's just over the moon. He doesn't even want to go anywhere else. I mean, even through the transfer portal, it's all he's doing is going to getting Louisiana kids. I mean, Taylor, you were talking about Andre Sam. Is he Louisiana originally, right? Yeah. You were talking about Andre Sam at practice yesterday flashing, right?
Yeah, he looked really good. So, Greg Brooks is dealing with that little nagging injury.
Yeah.
He did the individual drills, but when they did 7-on-7, 11-on-11, he wasn't out there. Sam was the other safety with major burns. He looked really good, really big.
Damn. So Kelly, he told no lie. He told you when he got this job, they were going to embrace Louisiana. And maybe that's his biggest win, is that the whole idea of could Brian Kelly recruit Louisiana is been shattered, been completely shattered.
And once you dominate Louisiana, see, as we know, the pipeline states for LSU, at least in recent memory and going back, let's say, 20-something years, Texas, Mississippi, I'd certainly throw Florida in there as well.
Yeah.
I think those are some of the places that you have to go out there and get some really good players as well.
The Longhorns,
Mobile area in Alabama.
The Longhorns got a little juice right now because they got money. But, guys, the writing's on the wall. You know who's not that guy? Steve Sarkisian, okay? And when he gets fired, there's going to be a lot of good players up for grabs. So don't worry. All roads can potentially lead back to Baton Rouge no matter what. And notice, I didn't say if with Steve. I said when. Because I am a firm disbeliever. Little food for thought there. Kick off the show today. Coming up next, we can talk a little practice report, talk a little preseason football coming up Sunday. There's preseason football on yesterday as well. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Any area code, 888-8888. And let Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys get you what you deserve. You can go online and do it. You call them up, whatever you want to do. But check it out. You probably love Gordon McKernan billboards. You probably have thought to yourself, man, I got a good idea, or I could design one. Well, put it to the test. Find him on social media at Get Gordon and go join the billboard design contest, which you win cash prizes as well as having, your design on real billboards throughout the state. Get Gordon, get it done today.
You go to the website, getgordon.com, go to all social media, the handle at Get Gordon there. And like T-Bob tells you, the number is 888-8888. Just put your area code wherever you're at in the state of Louisiana before the H. You can get in contact with them. But the website's a great tool as well because you can have a conversation with them with a live agent on the site. Getgordon.com, Get Gordon, and get it done.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6.
It's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. My reaction to the Johnny Manziel documentary. We'll get you ready for a Saints preseason game and more on LSU fall camp. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday. It's Friday again, it's Friday, Sunday, it's Friday again, it's Friday, Sunday, it's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday, it's Friday again,
I thought the hands of time would change me, and I'd be over this by now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what up, y'all? Scott Dice says LSU's about to win multiple titles under Coach BK. That's why he's here. I think without a doubt, Brian Kelly's going to make this program more consistent than they have been. And yeah, I think he wins a natty. Right? I mean, it's everything that we've ever talked about. Last 3 did it. And it's not to say that it's easy. In fact, it's incredibly hard. But I certainly think that he is capable of getting there. And even here in year number 2, sneaky good chance. Even though, like we were just talking about during break, boy, it's like The Athletic has an article up right now, and it's like, it's fun to pretend that, there's, I'm paraphrasing, it's fun to pretend that there's parity in college football. Can a team other than Georgia, Alabama, or Ohio State really win it all this year? And it's got a picture of LSU. And like Mario says, it's kind of ridiculous because like LSU's won more natties than Georgia and Ohio State since the 2000s. And it's like, why does Ohio State get Georgia and Alabama status when they, only won 2? And I guess you could say, well, Georgia's only won 2. Yeah, but they've won the most recent 2. They look like they set it for a third. They look, obviously Georgia's Georgia at this point. It's just Ohio State getting some stolen valor there. And the Tigers just, which you don't mind. I mean, you always would rather be underrated, but it's kind of interesting to see the team that's won natties consistently throughout the 2000s, kind of in every era, be presented as this kind of, underdog. Can you bust through the big guys type of school?
So what 3? It was Georgia, Ohio State, and
Alabama.
And Alabama?
Well, yeah, I mean, Georgia and Alabama make sense.
Alabama, yeah.
Alabama for what they've done through
yeah.
the Saban era, and Georgia.
I don't even think Ohio State's the best team in the Big Ten.
No, it's Michigan.
And they hadn't won the Big Ten in 2 years.
It's just because they don't. That's the consistency factor. It's because they don't lose other regular season games, right? Which credit to them. I mean, that is very hard to do. I don't remember the last time I saw a 9-3 Ohio State regular season.
Beat Penn State, and you got a pretty good chance of only losing to Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Certainly in the way the Big Ten was formatted, you had Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State right there in the same division. It was like, all right, it's 2 games you got to get ready for. Now, Michigan State had 2 years ago, they had a year where they made a run. They had another one under D'Antonio where they made a playoff. What year was that? 14 or 15?
Which one? Michigan State? Yeah, somewhere around there.
So, I mean, was it Kirk Thuggins?
No, it was
Connor Cook.
It was Connor Cook.
I was just trying to get my guy.
No, D'Antonio, I was looking at Michigan State records the other day, and D'Antonio had that place rolling for a hot minute there. I mean, they were winning 10-11 every year, and then he fell off a cliff, and then, he left in spring, remember? He left, the day after signing day or something, and,
We had him on off campus not that long ago, and we're sitting there and we're talking, and I knew Bobby had played for him. He was like the linebacker coach, I believe, at Ohio State. Maybe he's the defense coordinator, and so they're chopping it up or whatever. And then Bobby's like, yeah, I'll see you at the whatever family function. I'm like, and we got off the interview. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, my brother's married to his daughter.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, okay.
So why did D'Antonio fall off so hard so fast? I know this doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I've always wondered.
He's just tired of doing it.
Yeah, imagine that.
I think
it's like the most human thing ever.
Yeah, I think he got to the point he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, that would also, I guess, like retiring the day after signing day would speak to that.
Yeah, like you didn't want to completely screw Michigan State.
Yeah.
But you also didn't want to do it anymore. You're like Magic Johnson. I ain't going to be here.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm sure somewhere in December as he's calling his 15th, 17-year-old of the day and having to tell the kid how great he is, only for him to be like, I want this or that he was just like, ugh. He said, I think you should leave. I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. Shout out Mark D'Antonio. I always get him. Now I get him and Mike D'Antoni. I get him and D'Antoni confused all the time.
You had it right, D'Antonio.
Okay, Mark D'Antonio, Mike D'Antoni.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, it's tough. Don't go down that hole. Once you go down that hole, though, the streams are gonna cross, and you'll never be able to separate the Dans from one another, the M Dans from one another. Did anybody watch any? Oh wait, Taylor, Eric said you went to practice yesterday. Any other practice reports, standouts to report on?
DBs looked really good across the board.
Okay.
Ashton Stamps, he's still running with the ones out there. I mean, you got – so right now it's actually Zy Alexander and Deuce Chestnut on the outside, and then Stamps is kind of that third corner. I mean, LaTerrence Welch is in the mix as well, but Stamps looks really, really good. He's probably close to 200 pounds now, which the weight was kind of the issue when he was signed. He was like 175, 180. Ooh. I mean, I think on the roster he's listed at like 190, but he looks even a little bit bigger than that. Mentioned Andre Sam at safety. He looked good. And I thought the defense won the day yesterday. The other day we talked about it. The O-line kind of got the best of the D-line. Yeah. That was not the case yesterday. A lot more push up front from that defensive line. Denver Harris is not close to playing. He looks a little lost out there. He's probably third or fourth on the outside corner depth chart right now. He's way down the list. Shelton
He may have
Sampson.
to find his way. Sorry, real quick on Harris. Jake, what do you think? I think he may have to find his way on special teams, as maybe he figures out the finer points of a corner. Because like he's athletic enough where he still has value in some way or another. But it sounds like maybe he's not ready for starting corner responsibilities yet.
I mean, no, not if you have Stamps, who is a freshman that is getting more into the rotation than you are.
Yeah, true. And, dude, Stamps, I saw a picture. I think it was LSU football tweet. Somebody tweeted. I don't know if he jumped off sides, but it's a sprint, and he's like a full step ahead of everyone. It was. I was like, it's just impressive looking. All right, what else we got there?
As far as offense is like the young receivers, Shelton Sampson looks really good.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of like the first group we know. It's Neighbors, Thomas, and Lacey. That second group was Chris Hilton. It was Shelton Sampson, and it was Aaron Anderson. So, I mean, Sampson's working his way up the list there pretty quickly. He looks good. Landon Ibieta struggled a little bit. Yep. I saw 2 to 3 drop passes yesterday from him. He struggled a little bit. Tight end's really deep. Kamorian Pimpton is a massive human being. Well, he was lined up in the slot sometime, and then like Mason Taylor was a tight end, so kind of like a 2 tight end look a few times.
They love them 2 tight ends.
It looked good. Like tight ends very deep. Kamorian Pimpton looks good as well.
Yeah, they're gonna run. I know. It's it's got a ton of syllables.
Yeah.
Pimpton's got a nice like punch to it.
Oh, Kamorian Pimpton, great name. Like, got to be the best name on the team.
Like, it's
if they can't cover him, you could say Pimpton ain't easy.
Yeah. There you go.
Ooh, I like that one.
Pimpton ain't
Every
easy.
time he scores, play Big Pimpin.
You've already written the. Would ESPN do that like for a graphic?
I think they would.
Right? Like let's say Pimpton, like he has all this red zones. Like he doesn't catch the ball anywhere, but he's like good in the red zone, and they put up a graphic to show that it's like covering Pimpton ain't easy.
Actually, nah, that's maybe a sensitive subject.
I mean, they're a freaking gambling company now. They can't say Pimpton ain't easy.
Hey, I would do it, but still, this climate.
Hey, yeah. On the Spanish broadcast, you can guarantee what it did. Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anything else, Taylor?
No, that's about it.
These are some in-depth practices.
Hey, anything on running back? Notice any running backs, or are you like everybody else and didn't know that that's still a position?
No, they look good. It's hard to tell because Josh Williams isn't practicing. He hasn't practiced all week. He's been out there. I mean, the rotation right now, Logan Diggs is making his way up. I mean, yesterday was Armani Goodwin and Logan Diggs were kind of the.
Goodwin was hurt. That's great to hear that he's back.
Yeah, they were kind of the top 2 guys yesterday. Noah Cain actually caught some balls out of the backfield, which was nice to see. Emery's kind of working his way back. I mean, he's kind of 4th or 5th right now.
It's been a minute since he's been out there.
Yeah, but they look good, but it's kind of hard to tell because Williams isn't out there right now.
What about Jaden? Anything to say on the Jaden front?
I mean, both QBs look good, but like most of what we got to see was like 7-on-7, routes on air. So it's kind of hard to, they both threw an interception yesterday, but they were 50-50 balls, so it wasn't much of anything.
I'm going to make my way out there tomorrow. That's
what
my
time
goal.
are these practices?
10 a.m.
Are there 10 a.m.?
Yeah, they moved it back. So it was 9:45 to 10 was like your media video period, and then
I always thought it was in the afternoon.
Not during
Not during camp?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll start going to some of
I think they practiced early morning, like in the spring. That's why we couldn't go.
Who is this? Look at Big Fave just texted us a picture of now if someone's just glance at your phone, is this technically a shirtless teen on my phone? Yes, but it's Ashton Stamps after 1 month at LSU, and yeah, you can already see some of that growth. And that's what Brian Kelly talked about with the media the other day, saying that the one thing they want him to do is add weight, and he's done that. All right.
Hey, why you got that picture saved in your phone?
Yeah, I know. A little suspect. Also, not like that big of a difference. After a month, if you look at it before after, it's there. But you got to really look at this teen body to see.
Why are you zooming in on that?
Yeah, I mean, you have to zoom in if you want to see the difference. It's kind of like a trap.
It's the Alex Jones before and after meme.
It is a bit of the Alex Jones. No, but that's an all-timer. That is the best ever. Just get a tan and suck in. Is essentially what he did. All right, when we get back, more OTV.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota 4Runner for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The latest from LSU fall camp. We're previewing Saints and Chiefs. The Riot Radio Hours return. Join us, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Smile like the sun, kisses forever, and tales it never fades. You lie solo in the weeds. I bet you wanna ambush me. You have me down, 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 down on my knees. Now would ya, Barracuda?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what up, yo? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, Taylor hanging out. Friday, starting to feel it, boys. Feeling good. Weekend on deck. Fun on deck. Baldur's Gate 3 is a hell of a game, boys. I've still only played like an hour or two, but sheesh. Sheesh, Luis. It's awesome. You know what else is awesome? Preseason football. Chiefs Saints on Sunday. Here's a question. So we know that Pat Mahomes is at least going to play a series, right? He said that. Is he reached that point where he is such a superstar, Jake, that even though it's a preseason game, like, is it, and look, and it's going to be exciting, you know, it's in the Superdome, kind of a home opener of sorts, but like, is just the chance to get to see Pat Mahomes live for a series 2, is that worth the price of admission for a preseason game?
I think so.
I kind of think so, too.
I think so.
Especially, like, it's because we're football starved right now, too.
Yeah, I went to a preseason game last year for the Saints and had a great time.
Yeah, you went to Chargers, right?
Yeah, a little bit more relaxed. There's still a good crowd, so it wasn't dead, and you get a chance to go, you know, see a couple of guys, maybe the future of your team. Now, not every team am I going to go out there and pay, but the Chiefs are certainly one that I would.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, exactly. If this was, I don't know, like the Browns. Okay, there you go. Even though I think Kellen Mond's a way better quarterback than we ever give him credit for, but that's a different conversation. What? He was pretty good in college, dude.
He was just there a long time.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's still in the NFL. He went 9-1 and finished top 5 in the country.
Yeah, that was during COVID.
Well,
Mickey Mouse
I know.
I agree. He's
I agree.
in the NFL, kind of. He's still going to go make a team. He got released after being a third-round pick.
Yeah, there was a soundbite with Mike Zimmer.
Oh, he got released? I just assumed he'd been in the NFL the entire time.
He got released from the Vikings, and now he's with
Cleveland.
He started the Hall of Fame.
He started the Hall of Fame game.
Threw 3 of the worst passes I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, and honestly, Dorian Thompson-Robinson's going to pass him.
yeah.
Like, he looked way better.
DTR,
so he may not make that team,
He's not
depending
gonna
on what
make
they're
that
going to do. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, guys.
There was a soundbite.
Kellen sucks, so y'all happy now? I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
I was
Just
wrong.
let me tell the Mike Zimmer story. There was a soundbite where they asked him, like, hey, don't you want to get a look at Kellen Mond towards the end of the season? He was like, I see him at practice every day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Okay, so maybe Kellen
And that was right before he got cut. So.
And he was popping off at media days that one year, too. So, yeah, no.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson, though, pretty good for the Browns.
Yeah, I loved DTR.
You know?
I loved him in college.
Shout out, you know who loves DTR? Aaron Rodgers. That's one of the Hard Knock storylines. You know, Cali representing Cali, showing him some love out there. We'll talk a little UCLA. As in hour number 3, our tier list is going to be all of the Big Ten and SEC teams from next season. We're starting to put them into their groupings right now. Okay, so but Saints Chiefs on Sunday. Look, this is actually maybe the most exciting preseason game I can think about since I've been covering the Saints. And the reasons being are obvious. you got your new quarterback, and it's a guy who you think is going to be a new franchise quarterback, and you're going to see him play. You got Mike Thomas back. You should see him play. I don't know if that's 1,000% confirmed. Obviously, with the running back situation, you want to get eyes on your rookie, Kendre Miller. You want to get eyes on not Jamal Charles, Jamal Williams, and just Kamara, because it's Kamara and he's exciting. You know, Chris Olave, year 2, Raheed Shaheed, Brian Brzee, Trevor Penny, and then Pat Mahomes being on the other side. There is actually a ton to look forward to Sunday.
There always is in the first preseason game. First preseason game is usually one of my favorites to watch because it's the first opportunity. Now you get to see some of the veteran players, but for the Saints, if you're going across there, you want to see, okay, well, which veterans are going to go out there and play? And, are you going to learn anything about some of the position battles? But more, it's the rookies. It's the young guys. It's the Brian Brezees. Foskey's somebody that, okay, it's early. You're only a couple of days into your NFL career, but I want to see flash.
Yep.
I want to see flash against another team because we haven't heard that yet. So I always enjoy the first preseason game just to get a chance to see the young guys in the uniform for the first time, because I do think you can learn a lot about maybe where they're at mentally as much as physically in the first game.
Good point. And if you're someone like Foskey and let's say you're a 2 or 3, maybe even a 3, you're going to go up against other 2s and 3s. And so I want to see you have success. If it's just a straight pass rush, right? You're not going to be going necessarily against their starters unless you end up getting starter reps. And so, yeah, I want to see you flash, like Jake's talking about. So, it's and I guess a lot of this is because for a lot of time I've been doing radio covering the Saints, Jake. It's been the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era where everything was more kind of solidified and you knew all the pieces. So maybe you're excited about a couple rookies, but that was kind of it. There's just new all over the field on Sunday. The starters are going to play. We'll see if this kind of different. I want to see how good the defense just looks overall because they were great last year, and word on the street is they've been great during camp. Can they continue that against, is Pat Mahomes going to march down there and score on you in his one drive, or are you going to manage to shut him down when Marshawn Lattimore comes up? It's, all sorts of exciting stuff coming up on Friday, and you could feel it a bit, football being back in the air.
Yeah, hand up. I did not know the Saints were playing the Chiefs. And
I
certainly
figured it out this morning.
And I certainly didn't know it was in New Orleans.
Nope, figured it out this morning.
I've got a Chiefs fan that lives in my house.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no.
Who was just listening to us on the radio on the way to school.
So are you going to the game Sunday?
Looks like I'll be at the game on Sunday.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
dude.
I had no idea.
Can you get on the sideline for those or no?
I did for the Chargers.
No, I know, but I mean, you're in with the Chargers. That's what I'm saying. Do you think is it can the fraternity come through?
I think so.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think so.
That's sick, dude. Those are some of my best memories of my life. Is the Cannon getting me on some pregame sidelines and seeing guys up close just blow your mind, dude. It's incredible that you can do that for your kids for sure. All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and close up hour 1 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, the Pat Mahomes of car dealerships. And that they can do no-look sales. They'll close their eyes as they're selling to you. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And look, you want to look at the selection, you should probably open your eyes. Or go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Go look at the website. See what they have there available, on site. What you can custom order, which is anything, right? They're just the best, man. I'm so happy to be a part of the All-Star family. Have been for years, and some of the biggest supporters of OTB. So if you like us, you like All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. Go there today to customize your new vehicle. Go there today to find your lease. Go there today to find your rental for whatever you've got coming up. Something bigger, something smaller, something better on a gas, whatever the case might be. They've got it because the full fleet is available. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. My reaction to the Johnny Manziel documentary. We'll get you ready for a Saints preseason game and more on LSU fall camp. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Uh-oh, Jake, is that what I think it is? That looks like the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
It is.
That looks like, is that a system play? Are the wheels spinning up? I know we're early on in the season, so we don't have tables and stuff to pull from.
I still need some WD-40.
Okay.
But they're starting to spin.
Okay. Look, if you want to play on DraftKings, download DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Promo code Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on anything right now. You get $150 in free bets instantly. It's the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And for you returning customers, you can do the parlays like Jake does. You can do the same game parlays. If you're a real degenerate, I suppose you could same game a parlay a preseason game. It seems crazy, but Mario, don't you gamble on the preseason?
Yeah. I dabble a little bit, just on the Ravens.
So Ravens money line. That's your one preseason bet?
Yes, let's get it.
Are you even getting good odds on Ravens money line anymore, though?
I haven't looked, honestly, but either way, it's a streak that I'm going to continue to ride. They don't lose in preseason.
Okay, so download DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Promo code Baton Rouge must be 21 or older. Physically present in Louisiana. Select pairs only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility to deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/baseball terms. Licensee partner Golden Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537. What? How many games in a row have they won?
23, I believe.
Jeez, what? That's so weird.
Is a streak.
Okay, how about this, boys? I told you during the break. My job as a dad is officially complete. I have passed the test. I could retire now and would be celebrated as my wife dropped my oldest one off at school. Then she's in the car with my 3-year-old and the baby. They're driving home. My wife tells the 3-year-old, I'm hungry, and she says, hi, hungry, I'm Odie. Let's go, dude. I've been doing that joke on him for years. Constantly, and they get so mad at me every time. They're like, Dad, stop! And and then I'm starving. Oh, hungry, starving. Nice to meet you. Where's Alice? Have you seen her? And I just I pepper him with it. And apparently, Odie hit my wife with a hi, hungry, I'm Odie, and then just started dying laughing. It started laughing at her own joke, which is the cherry on top there. Odie, I'm so proud of you. I've never been more proud of you in my entire life. Good job. Got him. Got her. Hungry. What'd you do with my wife, Caitlin? Where'd she go? Yeah. It's the most fun joke to do.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just so happy that my kids already understand that. I can't wait till they hit him to one of their friends with it at school. It'd be so cool. Probably how you become the most popular kid in class.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
No doubt about that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
How does Odie feel about Alice kind of, moving on up?
She tried to say, so yesterday, and she'll start Mother's Day out or whatever again, but like not school. But yesterday, I asked her that, and she tried at first to be like, oh, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then I got her to admit, she really missed her. I'm lucky, dude, knock on wood. Right now, they get along very well. They are best friends. They love to play with each other. I hope that stays, as long as it can. Hour 1 in the books. Hour 2 coming up next. Friday.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Atkinson, Baton Rouge. Hey, 103, guys. 103 today. Your AC's putting in that work right now. And if it goes out, at that point, that almost becomes legitimately concerning, right? When it's this hot outside. So make sure that you got Atkinson BR locked in so that if anything goes wrong, or you just want to have them come check out your system and make sure you're avoiding any catastrophic issues, you want to go to atkinsonbr.com, get that service to the highest degree for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. They're the best. Go look at the online reviews. Love being partnered with Atkinson. I use them all the time. Ask about the Star Club membership, Atkinson, Baton Rouge, atkinsonbr.com.
Yeah, last thing that you want is your air conditioner having problems right now with 103 coming. So make sure it is working at its peak performance. They'll come out and they can do that for you. Go to the website, schedule that appointment today at atkinsonbr.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, August 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Whoa! Big news! Big news, guys. Huge, massive news. According to a tweet, Zion is sprinting. Who tweeted this, Mario?
Brett Martell, Associated Press.
Is there like video of the sprint?
Yes, there's that. Yeah, for
There's
sure.
gotta be
right?
video,
That's
right?
why people are talking about
Yeah.
it. Mario, pull up the video.
There's no video.
Wait, there's no video?
So what was why did...
There's only a tweet.
So what does the tweet read?
Brett Martell, I put it. Yeah, here we go. At Saints training camp, Pelicans forward Zion Williamson could be seen running sprints monitored by a couple of training staffers on an outdoor field that was not being used for football activities.
Yes.
I hate y'all.
So he's running sprints separate from the
dude.
team.
Playoffs confirmed! Look, I actually get why Brett tweeted. It is kind of crazy to be out on a football field and you see like a basketball, superstar like Zion Williamson like running on the football field. That is somewhat interesting.
Yeah, but they had to know the reaction was going to be if he tweeted this. Where is the video and the pictures?
What are the Twitter mentions saying?
Exactly what y'all are saying.
That's what I said during break. Like he's sprinting to Commander's Palace. If I don't see a video, I'm not convinced.
Well, relax on the fat shaming there, Taylor.
There are some people praising him because it's hot out there.
Just because you're a little quick metabolism boy. It is hot out there. It is funny how much credit, though. Because, like, if you support this too much, then you have to laugh at yourself for giving this much credit to a professional athlete for running.
It's funny, though. Zion's
but, like,
practiced
I'm not upset by it. Like, I'd rather him be sprinting in the heat on his own than not.
Yeah.
It's funny that Zion's practiced outside more this week than the Saints have, though.
Look, man, the Saints don't need to practice
No, I know.
outside. Like,
I know.
If they want to get tough, sure. But they play in a dome.
No,
like,
I get it.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is some value to the mental toughness aspect for sure, but I don't know, Jake. Like, where do you fall in that? Because other coaches will talk about like it's like, okay, trying to build toughness versus maybe like quality of work, because quality of work can suffer sometimes when it's 103 outside.
I think you take a look at it. Okay, we play inside of a dome. We do have to create a toughness, but we also have to be smart about it. To T-Bob's point, you don't want to go out there and have guys have about 60% of what they normally would have because of the weather. So I do think it's a balance. You start off your regular season schedule with the home game, and then you go on the road to Carolina. You go on the road to Green Bay. So you don't go to like Tampa or Miami or a place like that. So you can get away with practicing inside a little bit more.
By the way, I guess we don't talk about it often, but like, thank God the Saints have a dome. Like Tiger Stadium's cool and it's high, but I've been in Tiger Stadium when it's been unbearable. That Auburn game, DJ Chark return punch 17 game, bruh. The entire section of the crowd that I was sitting in literally got chased away by the sun.
Yeah.
I ended up watching the second half from a ramp in the shade.
That was our reunion, our 10-year reunion
it was
game.
Awesome. Very fun game. Yeah, remember Les Miles held up the crystal ball to the heavens and signaled the comeback?
Yeah, he did.
And then the Tigers ended up winning. That was a massive blown game by Stidham and Gus Malzahn. They had that thing. And why did they keep running the ball? Didn't they just start throwing it for no reason? Either way, the point
Jet
is.
sweep to Stephon Sullivan in that game.
I guess I'm just thinking about like being like, on like 4th and goal from the 1 or the 2. Crazy play call. And that was the only game where like Connor Culp was just nails, dude.
The only one,
I mean,
but
he
he was
like 60% on the year, but he was nails with those
Didn't
two
he
late
go
field
like
goals.
5 for 5
I
or
don't think
4
it was
for
that
4 or
high. It
something
might
like
have been
that?
either like it might have only been like 2 even. Maybe
I'll
3.
check. What
But
year? 2017.
They
But he had
weren't.
2
They
late
weren't
ones.
chip shots.
No,
and
they were not
late,
chip
yeah.
shots.
He made a clutch one to make it a 2-score game.
I think he made 2 clutch ones late. I could be wrong, but one obviously more than the other because it was later. But no, I guess what I'm thinking when you mentioned the Dolphins, like you don't got to go to Miami. Like imagine being a Dolphins fan where it's just as hot as here, right? Maybe even hotter. I'm not 100% sure on that.
It's miserable there.
And it doesn't cool off ever. Like at least somewhat gets, we get fall sometime kind of. But imagine being a Dolphins fan and having that putrid team put in front of you and then being like, hey, you want to go sit in 100-degree weather in an open-air stadium to watch this team? Hell no, dude. I guess I never thought about it before, but for the AC alone, the Dome is just a hugely valuable resource to the people of Louisiana.
Why didn't no college stadiums have domes?
They do in the FCS.
Well, yeah, but I mean like bigger.
I think it's like a sizing. I mean, if you want 90K, how many domes fit 90K?
Yeah, a lot of older stadiums too. Like a lot of them have been renovated, but there aren't that many new stadiums in college football like in the NFL.
True, that's a very good point as well. Like the only way you play in a dome. Now they do have domes for extreme cold, right? Like Syracuse.
Carrier
Syracuse has one. North Dakota State has one.
So why not for
Idaho
extreme
has
hot?
one.
Like maybe eventually you get. But then I think coaches are so and granted, I guess the cold states could do this too, but it's just so extreme. I think coaches love the idea of no, we want you to be in the heat, so when other teams come down here, they have to deal with it, and we're used to it. Which does
it's
work.
played to our advantage before.
Yes, 100%.
We tell the story of Arizona going in with like 20 minutes left in the pregame warm-up because they were like, we can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's too hot. We're not getting anything done. That was pregame. We ended up beating them like by 40.
Yeah.
So, like, it was our advantage that we were molded in that weather.
Yeah. Was that Vatech you said?
Both Arizona and Virginia Tech, both of them. 06 Arizona, 07 Virginia Tech.
Yeah, apparently it was like 100 when I was out there in California, wherever I was, or close to it. Dry heat, though. I've always heard the old dry heat thing, but it's so true. Dry heat ain't crap compared to humidity.
No.
Like, why else would Arizona be struggling? Like, Arizona's, they play on the sun's surface, essentially, but it's dry. Doesn't matter.
'Cause you know why? You can hide in the shade.
Yeah, exactly. True. Bilbo says training in extreme heat equals a poor man's altitude training. Yeah, I mean, no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Altitude
he
affects
says
everybody.
especially for running. That's true.
Altitude affects everybody differently, though. Like there's some
I
people
hate
that
altitude.
there's some people that do struggle. I never felt it one time when I played in Denver.
Well, I never
played
in
against
altitude,
Denver.
To be fair, I just was even again in Cali. We had to drive to this mountain pass, and I was like getting lightheaded. I was like, this is kind of crazy. I'm just driving right now, but
Yeah, I know for sure it affects some people.
I'm such a flatlander. Just lived here for too long. I'm not used to these ups and downs. And Shoebang says LSU just needs to tie some tarps over the stadium like an above-ground pool in a trailer park. Yeah, to cool it off, just throw some huge tarps over the top to block the sun. Absolutely. If Louisiana's thing continues, 500K in-state population will be lost in the first few home games, but the traffic problem will finally be solved. That's what, actually needs to be fixed more than anything. Jab calling the sheriff out early, says the women in Miami, though. But they're not going to the Dolphins game either, though. That's the point. Maybe now, finally, but
Hey,
no.
Bilbo, I didn't say like you were wrong or soft for having that. You said go run a 5K in BR, then go run one in altitude. I play professional football in altitude.
No,
like,
I think I misread his comment. He was saying that the like how it challenges your lungs, the heat and humidity of Baton Rouge kind of challenges you in a similar way to how altitude challenges.
But I didn't notice the difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's kind of what he's getting at as well, I think. I think y'all are actually saying similar things because you trained in the heat, in the humidity, and then you went to altitude and you're like, whatever, my lungs are powerful. Like, I've been done this. I'm fine. So I guess maybe there's some crossover there. I don't know.
I think all that just affects somebody differently. Like I used to know some guys that could run down here. I'm like, how are you not dying? They could just continue to run, and it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't affect them.
Jake, I have a feeling this might fire you up a little bit. Patrick Vine says, I'm behind. He's talking about recruiting. I like this class, but it needs a little juice. The blue chip ratio is very real. Teams with top 100 players have an exponentially higher chance of winning it all. We can be good and still lose in the SEC championship game every year. I'll say this. You're talking about blue chip ratio, and LSU's blue chip ratio is excellent in this class. It's 16 4-stars to 7 3-stars. That is nearly a 70%, maybe is a 70% blue chip ratio, which would put you top 5 in the country. So, I mean, if blue chip ratio is your metric, then LSU passes with flying colors, actually.
I used to have it charted, and I don't have my computer with me, of the championship teams that LSU's had. It's been more 3-star starters than 4 or 5-star starters in every championship team that LSU's ever had.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I do know that Jack Marucci,
even the one that
metric.
y'all played in 11, y'all were kind of in the same situation.
Were we really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we had some dogs on there, but I don't know. I do know that that Marucci came up with that character metric, which doesn't have to do with your actual on-field recruiting ranking, but that the teams that finished, I don't know exactly how he determined like what your character was, but the teams that finished high actually have the best chance of winning, regardless of whatever the actual like football recruiting rankings were. Oh my God, that's an aggressive belly shot I just saw on Twitter. All right, when we get back, let's talk a little. I kind of want to dive into some of this Iowa State gambling scandal, because it's seeming like it could be the first of many to come, and especially for us being a state that has legal gambling as well. It's something that like all coaches, high school, college, whatever, that everybody has to be aware of. And Mario, because you're someone who you think that you can get kind of around not being allowed to gamble, right?
Yeah, if you use word of mouth, I guess.
Okay, so we're going to explore that next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? I want you to go to iticollege.edu. That's iticollege.edu. If you're looking for a career path, ITI College can provide you with the training to find that career, right? Give you that life stability, that future, prepare for your retirement, all these sorts of things. ITI College has been doing it right there off of Airline Highway for 50 years, y'all. And they're local, family owned. It's not some national for-profit BS. And they take that locality, Jake, and they pass that care and attention and love onto their students. Okay, go tour the facilities, sit down with the administrators and the counselors. Let them start to guide you, right? Maybe find what you're into. Let them help you schedule. Let them help you do mock interviews, set you up with internships, pathways after you graduate to get those careers. It's all there for 50 years at ITI College.
Yeah, go to the website, iticollege.edu. Go see them off Airline Highway today, iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 9.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The latest from LSU Fall Camp. We're previewing Saints and Chiefs. The Riot Radio Hours return. Join us, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, bro, our memory, hey, look at that. Our memories are pretty damn good, dude.
His long that game was 42.
I'm a Connor Cole. Shout out Connor Cole, wherever you're at, man.
He finished his career at Nebraska, I think.
Yeah, this
He
is
did.
good. Corn Hub, let's go, boys. I actually, on Snaps yesterday, go check it out, youtube.com/@volume_snaps. You know who we sat down with? Old Jake Butt. Talked a lot of Big Ten.
Oh, did you? I do shows with Jake.
Jake's cool. I like him a lot. He's got good vibes. I picked his brain about, so he played 2 years for Brady Hoke and then 2 years for Jim Harbaugh, which apparently are 2 vastly different coaches. Like, he said they actually loved Hoke, but that Harbaugh, well, maybe, it's not a lovey feeling, that it was a bit, it was just way different. And that's why they immediately went from, like, whatever it was, like 8-5 to 10-3 the next year under Harbs. And he's from Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't recruited by Ohio State, though.
I know.
Kind of insane. Cornhuskers lotion. I don't know Sasquatch, but I'm with you, bro. Absolutely. Corn Hub. Get your Corn Hub merch. We actually do sell sweatshirts and T-shirts if you want to go check them out. I'll be modeling them more once the season starts. And we're getting ready for Nebraska to kick the hell out of Colorado.
Colorado.
How about Prime getting big noon kickoff 2 of the first 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's go, dude. That's called moving the needle. But it's like we talked about the other day. People want to get mad about it, but, we all get what we watch. You get what your actions deserve. No matter how much you say you don't care about Prime or Colorado, ultimately the numbers prove otherwise. Speaking of numbers, it looks like a lot of players were involved. This Iowa, so in case you missed it, this has been a story developing for a few months now where gambling gets legalized in Iowa, and then a bunch of Iowa and Iowa State players are now getting caught as engaging in the gambling. I don't think has this happened in Louisiana yet? Has anybody been caught?
Mm-mm.
So that's great. I
think
mean,
it's Iowa players and then Alabama's baseball coach
yeah,
are the ones that have made news.
it's one of those things though where it's like, the second you relax and think you like don't have to educate or kind of police it anymore is the second when somebody gets a little too comfortable and ends up screwing it up. But something seems to be going on over there in Iowa because, I mean, we're not just talking about like random people getting in trouble, dude. We're talking about a lot of their team, like their starters this team's starting to be gutted a little bit. So their starting running back, Jarrell Brock, is in the latest group that just got busted. Jake Rimsberg is a offensive tackle who started. Isaiah Lee's a defensive tackle who started. Tight end Deshaun Hanukkah started. For Iowa, wide receiver Jack Johnson got a try.
The singer, Jack Johnson?
I know, isn't that sad? Dude, I love it.
There's some ditties.
As were a former couple players as well. Iowa State is actually really getting pretty gutted by this, including their quarterback. I mean, more than a dozen athletes have now been charged. But what's interesting about this, Mario, is a lot of them, and the reason why I bring it up to you is because a lot of them seem to be trying to do it kind of the way that we discussed, where, except for like this one guy, Vincent Bruce, he just straight up was betting through his own name. That's a level of dumb that I'm just like, bro, what? I actually almost appreciate it and how dumb it is. That is, what was his name? Bert Neff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bert Neff levels of stupid. But look, another guy went through just a complete random non-athlete that he knew. They somehow traced the bets back to him. He got busted. One guy was using his fiance. Not a hard line to draw, but he got busted. One guy was using his mom. He got busted. So I don't know exactly how, but they're finding some way. Maybe it's a paper trail through bank accounts if they have access to that. But they are finding some way. And these are actual criminal charges, apparently. Yeah, which I was surprised. This is not NCAA. Like, you can go to jail for this.
Wait, but I'm wondering is if, like, they're still using their device. Like, they're on somebody else's account, but are they still on their cell phone, and that's how they're tracking it back to them?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Potentially so.
Because that would make sense, and that's different from what I'm saying is, like, go, like, talk to somebody in person. They make the bet themselves through their phone on their device, and that's the only way you won't get caught.
So, but I would argue that I'm sure, okay, maybe some of the guys were doing it on their phone, but through others' accounts. But, I mean, I got to imagine that some of them had the exact – it's not hard to think up what we just thought up, right?
Yeah.
Like talk to somebody and have them bet for you.
Either way, even that method's going to be a lot harder now with all of this. They're going to crack down.
I just wonder how they're figuring it out
Yeah.
because they trace it back. Dude, how about our guy Jarrell Brock, though, the running back? Jarrell Brock made 1,327 wagers, totaling more than $12,000 under the account of an associated with a non-athlete. I doubt that he was doing that from his phone. This was probably like his bookie. He's hitting this guy up constantly. $12,000 though in college, dude. Jarrell, degenerate.
I mean, if more states. You don't have this many players in Iowa. If you opened up more states, it would probably be the same numbers. Now, that's what this tells me.
That's why I'm worried about, like, is it, I'm not naive enough to think that us Louisianians are just above it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like how many people are just waiting to be caught. But if you're a player out there and you know you've maybe done some of this and you're hearing this, don't do it, dude. You're going to screw up your entire life. Like, you will screw up your entire life over what? An under? I mean, please, never. What is crazy too is some of these guys were betting on their games, which is even like a step further to be dumb.
That's
like,
flying incredibly close to the sun there.
What are we talking?
The irony of Iowa players betting the under.
I'd have bet every one of them. I did for a while.
God has a sense of humor sometimes.
Also, I was talking to someone who I would describe as a political shadow lord, in that he knows the dark side of human beings and the machinations that make this world go. And he is passionate in the wake of the ESPN bet news that there's going to be some massive scandal at ESPN. And then you see something like this, and it's hard to think that something like that is not going to happen. The more I think about the ESPN bet deal, I'm not sure that I don't think it's an awful idea for ESPN. Because, like, I don't even know if they're going to, how the monetary return we always think is going to be massive, but even that remains to be seen, right? Look what happened to the Penn Barstool relationship. Like, I wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze for ESPN, especially if at one point they have some sort of scandal where some inside information is given from, like, I don't know, an announcer to a line maker. Like, it just feels like the potential for scandal is so massive.
There's a lot of moving parts to betting, and then when you're that involved in all of these matchups, it is going to be hard to make sure that everyone is doing everything they're supposed to be doing by the book.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, that's kind of the point at the end of the day is, like, not everybody's, like, and I almost hesitate to use good because, you know, I don't know if breaking these rules makes you a bad person or somebody who just breaks rules that you're not allowed to break. But, like, yeah, not everybody's going to be upstanding, right, or super rigid. And, I mean, they're human beings. No, if people find an angle to make money, you're going to make money a lot of times. So we will see. Ben Levy says, any more thoughts on the gambling scandies?
I don't think it's the last we'll hear of it. I think states that have legalized it as certainly as a mobile betting situation, you're going to see a lot of this pop up.
Bilbo says gambling crimes can be as bad as drug crimes. So I wonder where the criminal element comes in. I guess it's betting on games in which you play, right? Like that feels criminal to me. Just betting on college sports as an athlete feels like an NCAA violation.
Yeah, it has to be the ones like you were trying to affect the game because you were involved in the game.
And then my friend says, T-Bob, they have computer algorithms that can find out patterns or oddities in bets. Perhaps the player bet on their team too much or raised red flag. Yeah, I mean, there's some sort of program that traced, you know, I would imagine, yes, that it was some AI or algorithm, whatever, that traced the kind of red flag nature, which again is why the Burton F story is so funny, because it wasn't a red flag. He essentially set off a nuke trying to bet $100,000 on a college baseball game that had fielded 0 bets in some places.
What? Just really confident today.
Paulskins.
I mean, it's not even a signal flare. He set off a literal nuke in the middle of a casino and thought that nobody was gonna notice. Gulf South says, why is it Iowa just getting hit so hard? Because they legalized it there, and a couple people got caught, and the investigation deepened.
Yeah.
So, like,
does Louisiana really care to open up an investigation?
No, but if somebody gets caught, they're going to have to.
Yeah.
And again, I find it really hard to believe that just none of this has gone on in the other states where gambling is legal as well. So just be on the lookout for it. My number says the biggest legal charge for these kids is the tampering to hide your identity and not betting on their teams. Oh, is that really the problem? So am I doing illegal stuff when I make bets for Aaron Murray on my DraftKings account?
No, because...
Am I a bookie at that point?
No, because, well...
look at me. Girls, you like a bad boy?
I mean, it's still your name, though.
Like a bad boy?
He's just like...
And I've actually never technically paid him all of his winnings. They're all in my account still. So...
That man's money.
I know. I told him I was going to, and then I just never did. So just all juicing up my DraftKings account, looking like I play with way more than I actually do. Shout out. Is this all legal, what I'm saying? Because if it is, I'm joking. So, you know, none of this is true. It is all my money, and I've never, ever placed a bet for another person.
Are you the new guy that's going into the casino
because
betting
I'm joking,
$100,000?
and we can, call Gordon if we need to, but I'm pretty sure, the law says if you're joking, you can't be prosecuted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just jokes. We're just kidding.
Mine have written saying in some states, if you bet on someone else's account for yourself, you are committing a crime. Yeah, no, I'm joking. That's just, it's not real, really. At all.
Do y'all remember the first legal bet you ever made on sports? For me, it was the AFC Championship game when the Bengals beat the Chiefs. It was right after they'd legalized it.
I mean...
No, I don't.
Mine might have been that huge bet that I lost against Florida State last year.
I think it was. You had mentioned it was your first one.
Yeah. One of our first together was the parlay that we had with Wake Forest.
Oh, that was our actual literal first one because
Yeah.
we did that bet with the money we were given as a promotion for the opening of the sports book.
Yeah.
So that was actually my first one.
Yeah.
And it was very fun to watch that.
It was.
It was very terrifying to almost watch Malik Willis and Hugh Freeze ruin our Ole Miss cover, only to fall just short at the end, only for our boy Hartman to not come through for us. T-Bob, you may want to have some of these conversations off air. Again, just joking, guys. Just joking. Alleged. I plead the fifth. That's another thing that I plead. Okay, so you can't get me in trouble. You can't outlaw a lawman. I'll just say that. Okay, I know this thing through and through. I know the book. And then randomly out of nowhere, Edwards says Chiefs got handed a Super Bowl. What? What? Wait, how? By who? When? What Chiefs do you? What Super Bowl do you think he's talking about? When did the Chiefs get handed a Super Bowl?
Last year, the pass interference, maybe. That's what he's talking about.
I don't even remember the call. What was that? Oh, yeah, that was a weak call. Okay, Edward, you're right, dude. Yeah,
Arguable, yeah.
that guy from the Eagles never should have taken credit for it and been like, that was a good call. That was a soft-ass call.
You know, one thing we never talked about here was Aaron Boone
I didn't see it. I saw people
impersonating the umpire's call because it's so obnoxious, the call is. And he goes up there and he draws a line about a foot outside of the plate and then gets behind the plate, crouches down, and then does his line. His whole call.
It's one of those like.
It is. I can't believe we haven't played the video here. It is. It is peak like OTB content.
Let's play next here in OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. My reaction to the Johnny Manziel documentary will get you ready for a Saints preseason game and more on LSU fall camp. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Thibodeau says, it's not a coincidence in nearly every NFL game has blatant made up or missed calls to affect the outcome of the game, but you basically never see it in college games. Jake, how'd that work? When would they tell you that they were going to do, like, that you needed to, like, you know, fall or miss a block or something? Like, did that come in? Was that radioed in? Was it like a pregame thing? Did you have your
we
notes?
all really had green dots. That wasn't just the quarterback.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You know?
Yeah. So all they do is they could come into your helmet and they say,
Fall down.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now, Thibodeau, in all seriousness, I would say the reason why you feel that way is because every NFL game is close. Because everybody's so good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe college doesn't come down to a call as much as an NFL game does, but that's because it's like 52-14. And so a bad holding call isn't going to make any difference. Whereas in the NFL, every game pretty much comes down to one score because they have mastered the art of
parity.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit like the I always use the Mario Kart example. Mario Kart has those rubber band effects built in to where if you're in last, you get the better power-ups, right?
Yeah.
You can get your bullet bills, your stars, your lightnings.
Yeah.
Golden mushrooms, kind of middle of the pack, and then as you creep up, then you're in first.
You get banana peel.
Bananas, green shells, green
Coins.
single shells, coins. Get out of here, coins.
Yeah, what are those for?
I actually have no idea what coins do. What did coins do in the Super Nintendo? Because my first Mario Kart was Mario Kart 64. So, like, I've played the Super Nintendo one as I got older because, like, people have had it, SNES Mini, stuff like that. But I don't know exactly what the coins function was.
I don't either. I think they were just there as fluff.
Maybe so, just because in Mario that was a way of like keeping score in the game. So
yeah, maybe it goes toward like your score, overall score or something.
But in Mario Kart, all that really matters is your time.
Yeah, it's pretty useless.
So I don't know, but you get a speed boost perhaps? Is there something tied in there? I'm not entirely sure. Sasquatch Smash says, I think she helped you go faster. Okay, Avomar's Wanting says max coins is a speed boost. And then Mac Lindsay says you unlock stuff the more coins you get in the new Mario Kart. Okay, that makes sense. And good job, chat. Thank you.
That's quick.
Yeah. There you go. I think the coins let you get to full speed. Spencer P. So the NFL refs are those rubber bands. Got it. Yeah, exactly. They are the lightning.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh God, this team's getting their ass kicked. They just need a little kick in the butt. And it's like because you can get a lightning, but it doesn't mean you're going to win the race. You still have to go do it. You just need a little help. A little help from the question box.
Our coins were banked for when another cart hit you. You lose a coin for getting hit. If you're out of coins, you spin out from getting hit.
Now that's so Dilly. I know Dilly to be a more old school gamer, and so I imagine that was a Super Nintendo mechanic there because I've never heard of that being the mechanic in the later ones. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is still. I do know that in Mario Kart you have your 3 sizes, right? You got your small, medium, large. And that the large guys like Bowser, if they hit you, they can cause you to spin out without a power-up, which always found to be a bit interesting. Bilbo says, we used to play drinking and driving Mario Kart where you had to finish your beer before a race, and you could only drink while your car was parked. Okay, that's pretty good, actually.
That was a
seems
fun
like
game.
A lot of fun. I never played that. You played that?
Yeah, did that in high school. It's a fun game, man.
High school?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's joking, too. Allegedly, guys. Don't worry. We're just throwing a lot of jokes. Yeah, Dilly says correct, SNES version.
Did you sign that contract at Brother Barton?
I did at GAC.
Yep, I did it at Banjo.
And I remember going through my Days to Confuse Randall Pink Floyd stage. I'm like, man, I don't want to sign it. But then I came around to,
like a
his boy in that movie. He was like, oh, just sign it, dude. Who cares? Like, whatever, dude.
Like a handbook kind of thing? What you mean?
Yeah. Like, I swear I will not do drugs or drink.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And you give them permission to do, like, everything?
Yeah, now I'm like, like magic. Okay, I ain't gonna do this though. You were doing it with Mountain Dew Code Red, weren't you, Mario, while crushing Doritos?
I can so see you being a Mountain Dew Code Red drinker. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I haven't had that in a while.
I really like Mountain Dew Code Red.
I can see you.
See that more
Yeah,
than
actually,
Mario. I can
you're
see
more
Taylor,
the Mountain
yes.
Dew
Mountain
Code
Dew Code
Red.
Red's
You're
good.
just like
I
a
like
good
it.
old-fashioned Coke.
Yeah, I can see
You, yeah, yes.
I like Mountain Dew Code
Like,
Red.
like if Surge would have been a thing when you were growing up, you would have had it.
I never casually drank Mountain Dew, save for on the Call of Duties that I played, just to do double XP.
Mountain Dew
weekend.
Code Red's actually the only flavor of Mountain Dew I do drink.
I never drink.
I
Do you
don't like-
still drink it? Like, do you go and get a casual Code
No,
Red?
like I won't. I'm not gonna buy like a 12 pack or anything. But like every now and then, if I'm at a gas station,
That's
just
what
like
I'm saying,
just
you
like
know?
randomly, I'll see one. I'll be like, I hadn't had one in a while.
Bottled or fountain?
Bottled,
Ugh,
usually.
I think bottled soda is awful.
I agree, but
It's not
they
cold
don't
enough.
have it.
It's not cold enough. You
They
got to have
don't.
the
They
ice
don't
in there.
have it
Yeah.
a lot at Fountain, so.
The can get cold enough because the aluminum.
Yeah, yeah.
They can get cold
Oh,
enough.
I like
Even-
can
even
can
then, though,
better
dude,
than bottle though.
Even then, though. Now, what about glass bottle?
I see. I
I
don't like
like to
glass
take a glass
bottle
bottle
either.
for
Yeah,
sure,
good
but
glass,
like
because it gets cold enough.
you don't have the deep cuts in a glass bottle.
No,
you only got the staples.
True. I think ultimately any soda, I got to have it on ice. Otherwise, I don't even want to drink it.
I
Even
fountain
out
drink-
of
I'm
a
fountain
can.
pretty much
drinks.
like that too.
Even out of can.
Fountain drinks legit. Yeah.
It's the best, dude.
I base restaurants off fountain drinks sometimes.
My sister has one of them little Chick-fil-A ice machines.
Yeah.
Just sits in the kitchen, and oof, that thing is good to drink liquids out of. I'm thinking about getting one of them. Spencer P. Time for a Code Red. An adult, evidently. Little cashy code, baby.
You get the Baja Blast at Taco Bell?
No, don't like the Baja Blast.
No.
Sam Miller's Mountain Dew Game Fuel Halo Edition was incredible back in 06 or 07. Yes, all my Mountain Dew, and that is a credit to marketing. I love Doritos, but I also bought a lot more Doritos, and the only time I bought Mountain Dew was when I was getting double XP for either Halo or a COD way back in the day. And shout out Gears of War. That's such a fun game. What were we supposed to talk about here? Oh, the video. Let's play the video of Aaron Boone.
Oh, yeah. Do we have the Aaron Boone video ready to go? All right, here we go. T-Bob, have you seen this?
I have not seen it. Here he is. Oh, my. Clown that dude to his face.
Oh.
See, this is what I love about the
Like
theater.
he crouches down.
This is what I love about the theater of baseball is, at what point does he throw him out?
Oh, he's
'Cause
been out.
That's what I'm saying. But as much as the ump is, as much as the ump is mad and, he's out of there, like, he's a part of the show, right? Like, they're like two actors working a scene off of each other.
Yeah.
Or like two wrestlers, like, working the show a little bit, trying to entertain the crowd.
Right.
Because he's kind of sitting there like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, no,
like,
so,
he's
so I
like
have it
building 'em
paused.
up.
Like the best part is the ump has like hands on his hips, leaning forward,
He's like the
watching.
old
Like,
dad
he's like
stance.
intently looking at what he's going to do next.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like how a wrestler, like, lets that
Baseball
other guy get
umpires,
all those
why are
jokes
you
off.
the worst? Why are you the way you are? Like, if we played the whole video, I mean, they just, they'll bump you, too. And, but you can't dare touch them. They'll bump their chest into you, and they're just – the best is when they, blatantly miss it, though. I wonder if they go back and watch and be like, oh, damn, that was me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure you do. I mean,
And
you're
that's on
human.
me?
Yeah.
Or if they go back and be like, hey, you were kind of right.
I don't know if they say that. I don't know if they tell the person you were right.
Or does the
Sure
coach
cool
be like,
ones do.
hey, Phil, did you watch it? What'd you think?
I'm like, chill, okay? Chill, coach. Just relax. Get back in the dugout. Yeah, no, I'd be like, hey, how'd that sub work out for you? Like, if a manager came at me like that and I was an ump, and like the night before, he had made some pitching change that blew up in his face. I'm like, yeah, okay, we're all human, aren't we, Aaron? Get your ass back in the dugout.
I like the manager. I like him going out there and do. Baseball umpires are the worst to me. And if you're out there and you are a baseball umpire, I apologize, but that's just the way it is. Referees are bad, and NBA and NFL baseball umpires. It's because of your actions, not the balls and strikes and what you miss. It's just the way that you make everything about you. It's not about you. People ain't there to see you, but they think they are.
I mean, I don't know, dude. People like
No.
Cowboy Joe West, dude. Yeah.
Angel Hernandez.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man, get out of here.
We know their names. Shout out to the
We
legends.
shouldn't know their names.
Ed Hockley. I used to show up for the Ed Hockley gun show.
Yeah, Ed
I
can
got
go
excited when
fly a
Hockley was
kite
on
too.
Wow.
Oh,
really?
missed call having ass. Yeah.
Even Ed?
Yeah, Ed.
What about Ed's son?
Week 2, 2008. Chargers at Broncos. Ed.
That was 15 years ago.
Hey, chill out. You really didn't have to say that, though.
Let's close out hour 2 of OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
15 years ago.
Oh,
Go to
God.
centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Ooh, energy drink tier list. Not a bad idea. 925-8552. When you overthink it, don't overthink it, guys. It's Central Plumbing. Okay, any issues that you're having, you just call Central Plumbing, and they're going to come out. They're going to get it fixed. You're going to be good to go. They've been at it for 50 years. Residential, commercial, licensed, bond insured, flat rate pricing, great warranty once the work is done. Peace of mind along the way. Again, don't be stupid. 24/7 emergency service. Just call Central Plumbing. Centralplumbing.org.
Don't be a dummy.
Yeah.
Make that call, okay? 225-925-8552 is the number. Centralplumbing.org is the site. The site will give you a lot of information, including information about tankless water heaters. If you're looking to remodel at your home or maybe even your business, you can do that because they're ready to go no matter how big your business is. You can see that on the homepage. Testimonials of past clients as well on the website. Go to the site today, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Moon Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The latest from LSU fall camp. We're previewing Saints and Chiefs. The Right Radio Hours return. Join us, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Banger.
Yeah, I agree. My Not Friend talking about how I love most umpires who do my kids' travel ball games. There's some who think they're in the majors and are theatrical. There's no need to punch out a 9-year-old in the last out of the game. He's just fired up, dude. It's the end of the game.
Oh yeah, if I did that, I would say something like, "Hey, bud, you realize where you're at and how old these children are."
And then he goes on to tell a story. And look, if you are a youth referee, umpire, thank you for your service. I mean, granted, you probably shouldn't be doing that to a kid, but at the end of the day, I know that it's an ever-dwindling number of people who want to do that, and you can't play the sports without people who are willing to.
Again, it's not about missing a call. It's about making everyone think they're, there to see you, or your attempt to. You know what I'm saying? That's where I lose it with baseball umpires. You're gonna miss a call.
Listen to this story. My Not Friend says that it's a 7-year-old game. Umpire calls a kid out at home to end the game. I think he was safe, but who knows? Kid did not argue, but started crying as he walked toward the dugout, and the ump shouted for him to go cry to his mother.
See, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
Honestly,
that's the stuff that I'm talking about.
Honestly, that's so over the line that it's good. Let's go. I'm about it.
He had money on the game.
It is funny. I mean, it is funny. It's messed up, but it is funny. But that's also how you get your ass kicked by a dad.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I would enjoy it if someone else did it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, my God. Go cry to your mother? If you're the person out there
tell you
listening and you
something.
know that was you, why'd you do that?
Let me tell you something. The mother of my children, if she heard you say that.
I saw Katie put Jackson in a headlock that one time at the pool. I was impressed.
Yeah, she don't play.
Got his
The
ass
umpire
locked
better
up
be ready.
real quick. Most youth officials are great, know what they're doing, except soccer officials in the New Orleans area. They suck due to the guy who runs. Okay, no, never mind. Now we're just getting into personal attacks here. And Petrus Tiger, that's great. No crying in baseball. Okay, true.
Tom Hanks did say that.
True, dude. I'm not a violent man, but if someone said it to my kid, my wife would whip his ass. My wife would tell me to whip his ass, probably. And I'd be like, what? I mean, come on, do we really need to? No, I'd probably say something to him. I'm not going to fight him, though. That's a bad look. Cruz only played one game in rookie ball before moving up to single A. I saw Dylan Cruz the other day went 4 or 5. It was second or third single A game. Is there any world in which he finds his way? No way he can find his way to the bigs by the end of this year, right?
I think if the Nationals were better, maybe. Just like Paul Skeens, if the Pirates were better. Now, the Pirates have been better than what they've been, but if they were in contention, if Paul Skeens, for whatever reason, would have fallen to the Rangers, then he probably would have been in the big leagues, in the back end of a bullpen.
So I'm wondering, though, isn't there value to maybe having your young prospect? Maybe not Skeens because pitching's different.
Well, you start your
with
clock.
Cruz, just getting him ready to
Well, you just got to be careful, too. You don't want to start their professional clock until you
arbitration
truly need them. Yeah.
I don't know how all that works. It's all very confusing to me. Okay. So that's why you would be disincentivized from giving him some
and also,
major league seasoning.
The Nationals aren't going to catch the Braves.
They're
not going to get in the wild card either. I'm trying to think. Okay, so as of yesterday, the Nationals are 23.5 games out from where the Braves are. So,
Nicole Stillwater, I'm going to give my 12 under team a hybrid Tom Hanks Denzel speech. If you cry at baseball, I will break my foot off in your hind parts, and then you will run a mile. Hell yeah. Adam Hurley's asking if anyone's does anybody know any milkmen? He's looking for his dad. Good luck, Adam. Jeez, your chat's out of control now, which is perfect. Going into hour 3, where River's not coming in today, but it'll probably be just as filled with nonsense and ramblings and nothings that it always is on Friday, because it's Friday, it's the last ever show, so who really cares? And we are putting together the 2024 Gene tier list, where we're looking at all the teams that are going to be in the Big Ten and the SEC next year, but we're tiering them based on how they're going to be this year. Who will be S, A, B, C, and D. We'll get to it. More to be coming up after.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. Patient Plus UC.
What do you see?
.com. They will see the difference because the facilities are incredible, man. I know I talk about that all the time. You're like, why do you talk about that all the time? But it's because I'll never forget. I think I was like paid to go do like a remote there. And so, it involved like touring and getting to see the building and everything. And I was just blown away, right? I've been going to urgent cares my entire life. I'm sure you have as well. I've never seen one as nice as Patient Plus. And that's every location. And now there's like 11 of them with more opening up constantly. Patient Plus Urgent Care.
Yeah, nice and like there to help as well. Like that's just not something you get. Like they are welcoming when you walk into the door. They're ready and waiting on you. And if you've been there before, you don't wait long because you've already got everything filled out. Like T-Bob always tells you, walk-ins are always welcome. Now you can schedule that appointment online as well. It's just another convenience that they offer. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, August 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. And you can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 3 of OTB, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Hour number 3 of OTB, and I gotta be completely honest, I have nothing left to talk about safety.
T-Bob, we are 15 days away from Navy, Notre Dame, in Dublin.
I know, bro. And you know what the biggest tease was?
15 days, baby.
Is that one day on Snaps, they were asking us, how would y'all like to go to Dublin? I was like, what? Yeah, duh, of course. And they were talking about they were going to send us out there, get to go to the game the whole week, and then just never heard anything again.
Why do people do that?
I don't know.
It happens a lot.
Do not, and it's a good lesson in life, but especially in show business, nothing is ever real until it's real. You always have to remember that. And I've made that mistake multiple times, got excited about things that never came to pass. But God, that was such a bummer. It sounded so real. And it sounded just like a done deal. And then we just never heard about it.
Remember
again.
yesterday when I was like, I'm not a jealous person. Actually, I think I'd be jealous about that.
Yeah.
Dublin.
Getting a free trip to Ireland to watch college
I've
football.
never been able to go, and I really want
It's
to
like
go.
a dream. It's a dream come true.
I would try to tag along as a associate producer.
That's what I'm saying. You need to get serious in line. I'll try to call my boy Colin, see if we can't find our way out there next year.
So like same situation. There is a trip out there that is for one of the biggest rivalries we have in college football that we're supposed to do this big elaborate show for Sirius. And I'm not even like allowing myself to like go there until like I'm on the plane.
So they're out to Ireland?
No. For just a big college football rivalry, we can't talk about it on air until it's finalized.
Feels like Ohio State, Michigan. We'll see though. Excited to see. In Dublin, Ohio? No, Dublin, Ireland. Actually. I just wish it was a better game. Like last year, Northwestern, Nebraska was actually a good game because both teams sucked, right? Like,
I mean, that was the only game Northwestern won.
Like,
that was it.
Unfortunately, now what we're going to have to deal with is Notre Dame beating Northwestern's ass. Or, excuse me. Actually, no, Navy. What do you think? Do you think Notre Dame's going to beat Navy's ass?
Navy's got some new. So does Notre Dame. So it's a little bit of an unknown. Navy is opening up more a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different of an offense. Now, there's some rule changes as far as cut blocks as well, so they have to. But they also got a new staff in, and they're going to do some different things. Still a lot of option principles.
Wait,
because
so I confuse all the branches, schools. Which one's good at football right now? Who's the best?
Air Force, probably.
Okay. And so Navy's been struggling because they just had
struggled.
a coaching
I mean,
change?
struggled a little bit. Now, Navy has been the standard for a while. Army's been really good as well under Coach Monken. But they lost Army-Navy, and they fired their coach basically right after that. Navy did not complete a pass. And I was from here to Taylor when they did it, and it was shocking. They didn't complete a pass until overtime. The whole game.
Oh, yeah.
And it was for a touchdown, but they still lost the game.
Oh, they scored a touchdown on it, though.
Yeah.
Efficient.
Yes.
100% of the time we throw, we score.
A fun drinking game for Army Navy is take a shot whenever anyone completes a pass.
Army, I mean, no, they didn't push the ball down the field, but they did a lot of like check down and like bootleg into a flat.
The triple option?
Variations of it.
The last
triple's
couple
just not
years-
the triple. But
the last couple of years, Army's opened up a little bit more of their offense. They're not like a traditional triple option.
They actually had an option quarterback and one that was a little bit more of a throwing quarterback. Still like within the same principles, but
in that game, Army was 2 of 12 passing, and Navy was 1 of 4 passing.
Yeah.
It's 3 shots.
And it was the greatest experience I've ever had outside of an LSU experience watching a college football game.
No, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the pageantry is, unparalleled.
Oh, dude, and the pads were popping. We were down on the sideline for the whole fourth quarter and overtimes. That was a physical football game. Navy's going to look new, so we don't really know what it's going to look like. And Notre Dame with Sam Hartman, that's intriguing to me.
I think they're going to be good with
Sam Hartman went to I love Sam Hartman outside of losing us that one bet.
Yeah, wasn't his fault. It kind of was, maybe not.
He went to Notre Dame because this is his 6th season. He went to Notre Dame because he wanted to prove to NFL scouts that he could thrive in an offense that wasn't the slow mesh.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's there. He did have a great line when he was making the transfer. He's like, well, I wanted to show NFL teams that I can come into a new situation and thrive and rally around the team in a one-year situation. It's like, no, you went to Notre Dame because it's the bigger brand and you want to get drafted. It's okay.
But hold on, no, but there is an angle there, right?
Yeah, but that's digging deep.
He's going to be like a rookie. It's a little digging deep.
It's digging deep.
But he'll be a rookie, and
he will.
Like, one of the most impressive things that I've read about him.
I'm sure Wake Forest didn't want to hear that.
Oh, no, for sure. But like one of the most impressive things that I've read about him is that he looked so in control in the spring game. Despite only being there a few weeks, that he looked like he'd been there forever and he had like a firm grasp of everything and was leading that team.
I think he can. I think he can thrive outside of the slow mesh, which I love, by the way. It's very unique, but I think he can thrive in that system. I do think it's funny that Tommy Rees recruited him to Notre Dame to be his guy over Tyler Buckner, and then Tommy Rees goes to Alabama.
Yeah.
And Buckner joins him, even though he brought a guy in because he didn't think Tyler Buckner was good enough.
Kind of more like Tyler Kuckner at that point, right? Like, come on, dude, have some self-respect. Unless you're into that sort of thing, and I'm not here to kink shame, but like,
yeah, how could you?
That guy tried to replace you, and you went crawling back to him. Although if Buckner starts, then it was all worth it.
That is pretty weak.
Listen, I'm gonna give you all the week 0 games, okay? So bear with me here. I'm gonna give you the week 0 games, and y'all tell me if any of these do anything for you. Okay, we've talked about Navy and Notre Dame in Dublin, UTEP at Jacksonville State, UMass at New Mexico State, Ohio at San Diego State, Hawaii at Vanderbilt, San Jose State at USC, Florida International at Louisiana Tech.
Okay, I love Hawaii at Vanderbilt, or Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt at Hawaii, right?
Hawaii at Vanderbilt. Vandy went out there last year.
Okay, I love Hawaii at Vanderbilt. You're going to find out what it means to play SEC football, Hawaii. You better watch out. San Jose State, USC's not
I don't
worst.
hate Ohio at San Diego State.
Yeah. All you complaining about realignment, better watch these games, okay? Because that's why you love college football, right? I mean, we all will. I will, at least, because it's week 0.
Yeah.
But
hey, something we don't talk about, speaking of Ohio, how about the MAC just is like, we know who we are.
Yeah.
We have our teams.
Yeah.
Nobody's going anywhere. We're not looking to get better. We're not looking to go to a new conference. We're just going to be here in the Midwest and do our thing, play our games on Tuesday and Wednesday nights after, week 6. You're going to bet on our games. You're going to watch every second of it on a Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're just here, and we're okay with that.
The Tuesday thing is perfect. The midweek game, I mean, that is, you want to talk about carving a niche?
Yep.
Like the MAC has given you a master class on how to do so, because their ratings would not touch what they are, being the only show in town on even avoiding like the NFL and everything. CB Expansion says, big college football guy, huh? Man, oh man, but let's send him to Dublin for Navy Notre Dame. Hey, are you an idiot? I literally get paid a livable salary only talking about college football. So yeah, suck it, nerd. I get it. You're jealous. Sucks to be you. You'll never get sent to Dublin for a game. I don't know what to tell you. I am a big college football guy. Doesn't mean that I have to know what style of offense Army and Navy runs. I don't know, dude, Notre Dame, that's pretty cool. I loved my weekend up there. I spent a week in Notre Dame for a football camp in high school. I did not like it. South Bend decidedly untight.
I didn't know that Moscona tried to go to Notre Dame and then went the Rudy route and then came back home to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Until I got to know him a little bit.
It also seems to have embedded in him a kind of hatred of South Bend. Notre Dame. I don't know if he would frame it that way, but that's the feeling that I get from doing
my brother-in-law lived in South Bend for a year. There's not a lot.
Yeah, I want to say his brother graduated.
I think he did too. I think you're right. JV, Justin Vincent, tells the best Notre Dame recruiting story of all time. He said it was November. I walk off the plane, felt the temperature, and said, when's the next flight to Baton Rouge? And I'm pretty sure it was close to that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, that makes sense. When I went, it was like very dreary, and I don't know. They were like, we don't have athletic dorms. You're going to stay with regular students. I'm like, look, I kind of appreciate where you're going for here, but like, if I go to LSU, I'm going to have my own room. Yeah. I'm only going to share a bathroom with one person. Like, I basically get an apartment. Like, I'm selfish.
It was very cool to be offered by Notre Dame.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Growing up when we did, and that still meant something. Very cool. It was an honor. Grew up Irish Catholic. Cool. Oh, I ain't going there. Wasn't going there.
Oh, and he was actually talking in NyQuil State of Del Wade. That's what ND meant, not Notre Dame. So I'm an idiot there.
So the week 0 matchups, not the sexiest slate. Okay, we'll watch it because it is college football.
But that is the paradoxical thing about being week 0, though, Jake.
Yeah. We've had week 0 bangers before.
Yes.
Miami, Florida.
But if you have too many, then it's just week 1.
Yeah.
Like, so you can make, I'll allow you one banger on week 0. Otherwise, we just got to start calling it week 1. So it kind of makes sense for it to be.
Yeah, and so Navy Notre Dame is probably going to take top billing, I would assume. It's NBC. It's 2:30 Eastern time. It's in Dublin. Probably going to take top billing there.
Yes, and as it should.
Now,
it's Sam Hartman putting it on for the Irish.
Only a couple of days later in week 1, but Thursday, August the 31st, that's where you've got some games that are actually going to be good games. Nebraska at Minnesota, Florida at Utah, NC State at UConn. And UConn was better last year. Jim Moore's doing some different things there, so I'm excited. And this is a big year.
Max.
It's a big year. Well, I don't really agree with anything Max said.
No,
but this is a big year for UConn. Stay with me here. Because of their basketball school, winning national championships, they would be intriguing to some of these conferences, and they're an independent in football. Can their football team do enough to make them look like they're worthy of joining one of these conferences that we're talking about, knowing that you get the basketball men's and women's, and you get the baseball team that is a steady regional, super regional type team?
I mean, if the ACC busts open, you have to imagine they would explore UConn immediately.
Yes. If you're looking at Stanford and Cal, I'm looking at UConn.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
And UConn, it's gone through some dark times in football. I know that. But they do have a buy-in. Like, they actually do have a fan base that wants to be good. And now they have a former NFL head coach that in year number 1 won some games. A lot of people thought they wouldn't, beat a couple of ACC teams. So, it's a big year for them.
I think that was the first school that ever sent me a recruiting letter. Go Huskies.
Mine was Georgia Tech.
Hell yeah.
And it stood in that back pocket all day at school, baby.
Man, that might have been when they were still like the rambling wreck a little bit.
It would have been 2001.
Okay, a little past, but not too far.
Yeah.
Still frisky.
Sure.
Still beating Georgia every now and then.
What was your first offer?
Maybe like a Boston College.
Okay. Mine was Texas Tech.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100%
Sonny Dykes.
sure. And then when LSU offered, that's when the floodgates really came open. That's when it went from being like Boston College, Maryland, and some of the other schools to then like all the SEC and everything.
I'm trying to think like what, not Texas Tech wasn't a big one. I'm trying to think like what kind of opened it up for me. It might have been Texas. I don't really remember. That's
They'll do it.
a long time ago, Bo.
They'll do it.
A long time ago. But I still have my letter from Coach Leach. Scholarship. I'd love to go through those. I have the box. You still have the box of all that stuff?
No.
I have the box, and recently I went through some of it, and I found my actual letter that Coach Saban wrote.
Oh, wow.
And signed, offering me a scholarship.
Wow.
It was kind of cool.
You know what? I would bring all of mine. They got damaged. I lost them, so I can't.
Cornerback. No, safety. That's
safety. but I can't. They all got damaged, so I can't bring them. Sorry.
It was I remember just the coolest feeling was just seeing the little logo on the envelope. That was always a cool feeling.
God, just getting it. So for me, and I'm sure because you appreciate things like this too, T. Like when a coach took the time to write a handwritten note, and it was bad handwriting, so you knew it was a coach that did it. It was chicken scratch. It was hurrying up, but it just took the time and signed it, and like your name is like Jacob, and then whatever the message was, like I thought that was the coolest thing in the world that a coach like not only wrote me a letter but took the time to do it and give me a message and sign it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever.
I agree. It was a good feeling for sure. Was it good? Chuck Brohart says Bobby Hebert signing autographs tomorrow at the NOLA card convention for an hour.
I'll say, Bobby.
Should be a good time. Go hit him up. Chuck, by the way, I saw that painting in the office that you gave Jake, and that thing is unreal cool. So excellent work there, dude.
T-Bob said it gave him literal chills.
I did. I got goosebumps when I saw it. That's how badass it was.
Well done. It's going up in the office here. We still got a long way to go with our office. They told us they're going to paint it about 3 months ago. Haven't done it yet, but it's okay.
It's about to get a lot busier in there too, Bo, because I'm about to move everything from the side office. I've been doing snaps out of it in there.
Well, I
So
hope Snaps is okay with having an off-the-bench banner because I paid too much money for that to be sitting in the corner.
Well, I don't know if that's not where my camera's going to be faced, so we're good.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I mean, we're about to have multiple chess sets in that thing. We're about to have X-Wing miniatures all throughout that thing, Blood Bowl miniatures.
We have the coolest fridge in there already.
Yeah, we got the giant Coors fridge. Office should, over the next couple of months, be taking a nice little step up.
How you feeling about your Cornhuskers going on the road
to Minnesota?
To the Golden Gophers.
I feel like it's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Golden opportunity, if you will.
Second highest ticket that weekend.
I mean, it's a look. To be clear, Minnesota's very good. Minnesota should absolutely win that game. But and that's why I say opportunity. Because if you lose, okay, you should lose, right? But if Nebraska wins in game one, you're telling me, and I know the Big Ten West won't exist next year, but like in game one, if Matt Rule was to go beat PJ Fleck and that good Minnesota team, you're going to tell me that when the Corn Hub hype would be out of control. The fields would be overflowing with a bountiful harvest. We'd be just welcoming in. I mean, you're going to cheer for Nebraska, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
for
good.
sure.
Nebraska, because Minnesota doesn't care about fullback.
I'm cheering for Nebraska, and I'm going to speak out of turn here. I think I know their schedule pretty well. I'll be cheering for Nebraska. Minnesota, yep. Colorado, yep. Northern Illinois, yep. Louisiana Tech, sorry, father-in-law, yep. Michigan, yep.
What?
At Illinois.
Yeah, I know you like Burt.
They have fullbacks too.
I know. I'll allow it because you liked Illinois so much last year, but just recognize it as a demerit on your Corn Hub membership card. We're going to have to punch one of the holes.
But we got a decision to make, okay? We are all about local. We're all about the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Means a lot to us. Are we okay rooting for Nebraska over Louisiana Tech? Now, we are on up in North Louisiana. You can hear us right now in the future in Ruston, Louisiana. I've got a father-in-law that was an All-American there. His brother was an All-American there. Katie's got some cousins that were deep snappers there. My mom went there. Her mom, Katie's mom, was a cheerleader there. Yeah, a lot of history there.
Sounds like Husker, you got to make peace with this more than I do. Yeah. I will be cheering for Nebraska, but if Louisiana Tech, I will give them their roses, and I will not be too upset about it.
Okay. All right.
But I will be cheering for Nebraska officially. Brian Bird just says, I'll pull for Minnesota against Nebraska. Brian, shut the hell up! Get out of here, dude. Also, CFB expansion, how's Nebraska going to do against Coach Prime and the Buffs? I think that's almost an opposite case where Nebraska should win that game, and if Prime and the Buffs win it, then that's a huge opportunity to be like, F you, we're here. Like, look at this. We're already better than Nebraska.
Nebraska's going to win that game.
Yeah, I agree. Big noon kickoff, baby. Let's go. It's prime time, 11 a.m.? You kidding me? It actually kind of is, I guess. It's awesome.
It's their prime. Like a lot of Big Ten, they love a good noon kickoff.
I know. They're like, we want to play at night.
I'm like, do you understand how mad we are when we have to play
the worst
in the daylight?
The absolute worst, dude. Stick me under the stars, baby. Let me shine. All right. When we get back, let's dive into this tier list. OTB.
OTB. OT.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Get yourself your new Toyota, and you already know when you talk about Toyota, man, you talk about vehicles that stand the test of time. So maybe you want a Tundra, a minivan like the Sienna, RAV4, Highlander, man. I told you last week I was with a buddy, or 2 weeks ago now. We took a road trip with a Highlander. This thing has 200,000 miles on it, and it was still purring, killing it. So you want a vehicle that's going to stand the test of time. Maybe you want a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get that warranty but at a better price. It's all there for you off the Airline Highway. And remember, there's never been a better time to sell or trade in if you're trying to maximize value and then you want to turn around and get that new vehicle. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
Yeah, once you go to the site, you'll see right there on the homepage. Click on New, scroll down to Build Your Toyota, and customize that Toyota however you want it. Remember, you can add, you can take away. Doesn't matter what you want to do. You can do it because you are customizing that vehicle. Again, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood.
Hey, it's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. My reaction to the Johnny Manziel documentary. We'll get you ready for a Saints preseason game and more on LSU Fall Camp. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, so we're doing a 2024 gene tier list of college football. So we have looked at the, put it up, do full screen, Taylor. We don't need to see us. But we have we put together a list of all the SEC and Big Ten teams from next year, but we're ranking them based on how we think they will do this year. This is the rough draft. We have to achieve a staircase, meaning a lot of people are going to have to fall. Right now in the S tier, We have Michigan, Ohio State, LSU, Georgia, and Alabama. There's the same number of teams that we have in the A tier as we have Penn State, Washington, Tennessee, USC, and Oregon. Who gets bumped down out of the S?
I think Ohio State. I like Michigan in the Big Ten. LSU got to Atlanta last year. I think they're better this year. Georgia is Georgia. They've created their own standard.
Yeah.
And it'd be between Alabama and Ohio State for me.
I would go Ohio State because I trust Saban more than Ryan Day.
Ohio State did make a playoff, though. I mean,
but didn't play in their conference championship.
No, I know.
They got fortunate that a couple of things happened for them. And, look, they were a shanked field goal away from winning a natty.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
I think
but they're breaking in a new quarterback. They've got a new offensive coordinator.
Jigba's gone. He was their Mr. Everything last year receiver.
But this is going into this year.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think Alabama's got to be bumped down. And I know everybody's going to accuse me because I'm the Bama grifter, and I get that. But, like, it's not just homerism to do that. Alabama replaced both their coordinators. They lost Bryce Young. They lost Will Anderson. They still
Same
haven't
things at Ohio State. Lost quarterback. Coordinators new.
Yeah, but they were better last year. But Ohio State was better than Alabama was last year.
I think it's tough either way. But if you want to go overall record, Ohio State's got an easier schedule. So
no, I think Ohio State will have a better record.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to go by record, maybe we do bump down Alabama.
We don't need to make a final call right now, so just take either one of them down. I don't even care. You can flip a coin, and then we'll continue to work the list from there. Just do Ohio State for now.
So in the A, you've got Penn State, Washington, Tennessee, USC, and Oregon.
Yeah. And
I don't know that Tennessee belongs in that group.
Whoa, really? We're not.
Yeah, they don't belong there.
I'm a Tennessee believer, but if I'm in the minority here, I'm
a Tennessee believer. But we're talking about if they're in the A tier. Like Penn State is 7th in the country. I'm a huge believer in Washington. I like Washington over SC. I know you like SC.
I mean, but in a tier, they're interchangeable to me.
I think Oregon and Tennessee both would go down. I would.
You don't think that Tennessee and Oregon kind of occupy the same space that Penn State does, though, in their conference?
I think Oregon may. I think Tennessee's below. Plus, if we take one out of the A,
I guess
we're still good.
LSU is more like the Penn State, arguably, in the SEC.
Why is USC automatically in the A?
I wouldn't have them in the A, but I know
out of those teams, Tennessee's weaker than SC.
Well, I mean, but Mario, then look at B and tell me you want to put SC above those teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, right? Am I wrong there?
Like, I see what you're saying.
No, I agree with Mario. I think SC is overrated, but I do kind of think they have to be an A on this list.
Okay, so let's bump down Tennessee then. Tennessee or Oregon, I agree. You can just do Tennessee for now. And again, we remain the right to switch it up afterwards.
Yeah, I might even I might go Oregon and pull Tennessee back up.
Okay, leave Tennessee up and bump Oregon down. But they got Bo Nix and Dan Lanning, though.
I know, but if you're going to have two other teams from their conference.
True.
I say we bump Iowa with everything going on.
No, we got to bump Michigan State down.
Oh, there's a lot of Michigan State. You got to go down.
I was giving Michigan State credit. I was giving Michigan State credit for they might even be D, but I was giving them credit for how good they've been. But then I remember that no, this is going into this year of football that we're trying to judge.
You got to bump Texas up to the B. They can't be in the C.
Okay, my bad. Bump Texas up to the B. Dude.
I know your feelings there.
Whatever,
but
dude. You just love Texas, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they opened the offer floodgates for you back in the day, like you just talked about, dude. I get it.
I think we're being disrespectful to Mississippi State. Like, why is Ole Miss B and Mississippi State C? Ole Miss last year didn't have the same record. Mississippi State finished third and beat Ole Miss. Mississippi State is changing philosophies on the offensive side of the ball, but they returned 8 starters, so a veteran group to try to figure those things out. Their defense is going to be salty as hell. They got a tough schedule, but
I agree. I picked them to finish like neck and neck with Ole Miss in the SC. I'd put bump Mississippi State up to B.
Or should we bump Ole Miss down because we do need one down at C? Should we bump Ole Miss down to C?
I'm trying to think, but then like the South Carolina
I don't think Mississippi State belongs with the other schools, but does Ole Miss? Like, should we bump?
Does South Carolina deserve to be above them though? Does Kentucky deserve to be above them?
Here's how I view South Carolina.
Wisconsin.
I don't know about. There's some of those Big Ten teams. In Illinois, I love them. They only won 8 games last year.
Yeah, bump down Illinois.
South Carolina, what they did against Tennessee and Clemson, nobody else in that tier had an impressive 2-week stretch like they had.
True. Great point. Great point.
No, and then it's really the last, because like you look at what
Even
they did.
the bowl game was a loss, but it was a damn good
like
game.
you look at their offense the last 4 weeks of the season, like Spencer Rattler played as good as anybody in the country. His issues was turnovers. If he can cut that down, we all like Shane Beamer as a young coach. Like South Carolina could be sneaky good this year.
Bump down Illinois to see.
Sorry, Bert. I love you.
Okay, so now we have 4 teams in the S, 5 teams in the B. We have 8 in the C, and then we have 10. Or excuse me, we have 8 in the B, 10 in C. So we got to start moving teams down from C.
I mean, I
to
think
B.
Michigan State needs to be in the D.
Yeah, bump them down.
They
I
were
agree.
awful
Their
last
over-under
year.
win totals at like 5.5.
They lost their quarterback and top receiver after spring ball.
Yeah.
That is red flag.
Purdue's got to be in the D this year. Lost their quarterback, new coach, right? Like, I mean, they were pretty good last year, but I think Purdue's going to fall off a cliff.
Yeah, I don't know who Purdue's going to be this year. Jeff Brom's a really good coach, and they get Walters, the DC from Illinois, who I think is going to figure it out eventually. But you lose Aiden O'Connell as well. I mean, he was there for a very, very long time, played at a very high level. Yeah, Purdue's going to struggle.
Now, I like Maryland, but does Maryland or Nebraska need to get bumped down to the D here?
No, I think Maryland offensively is going to be really good
I
this
agree.
year.
I love Talia.
I'm not hating where we're at right now.
We just need but we have to put more in D. We're not allowed to keep more teams in the C than the D. Unfortunately, these are the tier rules.
So how many more do we have to move down?
It looks like we're gonna have to move 2
maybe?
more from maybe C, and then that'll start a chain reaction.
Okay.
We'll probably have to bump 1 from B to C as well. So 2 more from C. I mean, Arkansas. Does that sound weird?
Honestly,
they're returning KJ Jefferson and
I picked
Rocket.
Arkansas 7th in the West, and it wasn't because I
You
thought
picked
they
them
were
7th in the West, and we got to bump
It
them
wasn't
down.
because I thought they were going to be bad, but I think the West is just going to be really good.
Well, remember, all teams in the West are in the S&P Plus top 30 entering the year. All 7
So
teams.
I guess it would be Arkansas. I mean, are we giving Nebraska too much love, too?
I know. I
think Nebraska probably, until they prove us,
Bump down Arkansas and Nebraska and see what that looks like. God, but then, yeah. I guess it just feels disrespectful because D has some just super awful teams in it, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. So now we got to take 1 from B to C, and we'll have at least achieved the correct numbers. Who else drops from B to C?
Look,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin would be my vote. Fickle's first year. I think he's a great coach. They're breaking in a new quarterback
he's
as
a
well.
top 10 coach in the country.
Yeah, but I mean, this is his first year. He's still got to adjust.
I trust them more than Texas, even with him being.
I trust Wisconsin more than I trust Iowa.
I feel like I was going to say Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, one of those. Or is UCLA skirting by here? Like, do we really think UCLA is that good?
Yeah, it would be Wisconsin, Iowa, or the Bruins.
Even in this tough Pac-12, you think UCLA is going to have a good year this year? Like a better year than Iowa will? Because Iowa's going to win 9. Like
boring as hell on their way to it.
But they go get 9 dubs. And Minnesota will have a chance as well.
God, UCLA's got Carson Steele coming over from Ball State at running back. I really think he's a hell of a player.
Freshman quarterback, though, right?
Well, they have a transfer from Kent State that was all MAC first team last year, and it sounds like they're going to have a little 2 quarterback system. I can't. That's a step too far for me.
Okay, that's fine. We'll take it. We'll leave.
I mean, yeah, we've got those notes in maybe. It's not Wisconsin.
It's one of the Big Ten schools. It's Iowa, Minnesota, or
Here's my
Wisconsin.
argument for Wisconsin. If you have 3 teams that are very similar, in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and you're like deciding which one, then you go to what? You go to head coach. And Luke Fickell is a top 10 head coach in this country.
A good point.
Yes, so it's his first year there.
Taylor, that doesn't matter.
Point,
he's going from Cincinnati where he took them to the college football playoff.
Yep.
Okay. He is moving up. Like he is upgrading his location. And you bring in a Phil Longo, you go get a quarterback. I am going to trust that more than what I saw from Iowa's offense. Now, maybe they were shaving points, and that's why it was so bad. Iowa's offense was one of the worst things I've seen in major college football. They lose Riley Moss on defense, who was their guy that got all those pick sixes. I have a hard time believing Iowa's going to be better than Wisconsin this year.
Yeah, they upgraded quarterback, but only slightly.
And
I mean,
we
how
need to
good
make
is
sure.
McNamara going to be?
I agree with Greg here that we need to make sure that we save this list too and see how it compares in December, kind of where we're right, where we were wrong. All right, well, we got to make a call between Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin.
Well,
so
plus, we don't know
Wisconsin,
what
I'll take
Iowa-
Wisconsin.
We don't know what's going to happen with Iowa, though.
But,
I mean,
but with Iowa, we're talking about the picture of consistency versus Minnesota, who's been good and been pretty consistent, but Something feels wrong about giving Minnesota the benefit of the doubt.
Let's do.
Over Iowa.
I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I like that better.
And now the last thing we have to do is one from C to D.
All right, let's take
and
a
then
break.
Let's go to break and we'll do it
Talk
in a
this
commercial
through.
break. More OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up and down on my last dime.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Moscona, inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The latest from LSU fall camp. We're previewing Saints and Chiefs. The Riot Radio Hours return. Join us, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Boys, almost on the weekend here. We don't have to keep talking out the tier list on air if we don't want to. Okay, I would say this. So maybe get your votes in chat. We're between Mizzou or Auburn getting bumped from C to D, and then the numbers will be correct. Who should get bumped on, Mizzou or Auburn?
All right, so we were talking during the break also, like, let's go to the coaches poll, because we have a coaches poll that we can break down and we can look at. I think it's going to favor what y'all's line of thinking. So Iowa is basically 26th in the country.
Yep.
169 votes, followed by South Carolina. Florida got 63 votes. That is shocking. Florida right now to me, and it's not because of my history with the school, I just don't think they're going to be very good. That's not to say that Billy Napier can't find a way. They've got some really good players if everything holds coming in the future. But right now, that's not a roster that can compete in the SEC.
No.
Their best players on offense are the running backs, but they lost some of their offensive line. So how valuable can those running backs be behind an offensive line that is going to be a brand new offensive line?
No, I feel great about Mizzou, or excuse me, I feel great about Florida being in the D. Like, I don't feel the need to change that at all. I'm leaning towards Mizzou in the D because Auburn was awful last year. Hartman was a disaster, and they still went 5-7. Like,
they received 18 votes, more than Minnesota. Mississippi State got 13. Missouri got 11. Okay, so Missouri got 11. Auburn got 18. And others Mizzou receiving votes.
We'll bump Mizzou down to D. And then, are you cool with that?
I don't love it. I don't sign off on it, but if I'm in the minority here.
No, but you're not You're not in the minority. But we have to pick one. This is the knife fighting that takes place during these tier lists. Like, somebody has to get picked to bump down.
So Maryland got 10 votes. So we could move Maryland down and Mizzou up.
I just feel like Maryland's going to finish better in the Big Ten than Mizzou will in the SEC.
Yeah, like record-wise.
I mean, Maryland, we said, they were 8-5 last year, 4-5 in the Big Ten. Like, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, UTSA won the Conference USA, but.
Wait, what happened?
Joey said, UTSA won the Conference USA, but all conferences aren't created equal.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right. Well, at least we got the numbers right. We'll continue to hash it out, and we'll come up with a final answer. I still think we should probably bump Alabama down and put Ohio State back in the top tier, but that's just me because this is for this year.
So we talked about it, but Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, USC, Penn State, that was the top 7.
Yeah.
So all those teams are in what we're talking about. That is fascinating, the fact that is all Big Ten and SEC.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of subtext of all of this is it's all an exercise in showing you the power concentration of these two conferences next year. I mean, that's basically all the biggest teams that you're going to be watching and caring about are going to be in the two Uber conferences.
Let me give you the top 15, according to the coaches, of teams that are going to be in the Big Ten or the SEC. Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, Alabama at 3, Ohio State at 4, LSU at 5, USC at 6, Penn State at 7. You've got Tennessee at 10, Washington at 11, Texas at 12, and Oregon at 15.
Yeah. Nookie says it's kind of whack. The Pac schools are still playing in that league. Again, yeah, I know, but this is to point out what we just talked about, the concentration power, and it was to avoid having Taylor have to do all 65 Power 5 teams, especially because next year that will be kind of dated in a lot of ways.
Making me uncomfortable, man. Gotta stop that.
What?
You're making me uncomfortable. You're like they have a Family Guy episode where someone does this.
I'm checked out.
A little senioritis?
Yeah, didn't it? Yeah,
wow.
I'm going to Lake Ball. Didn't it? I believe it was. Oh, who is the comedian that Jim Carrey played in the movie Man on the Moon?
Yeah, Kaufman.
Yes, Andy Kaufman. I heard a story. My cousin told me this growing up. I've never actually verified it, but I'm almost positive this is true. That once for the Andy Kaufman show, he just showed a camera shot, just a shot of a jar of mayonnaise for the entire show, just for like 30 minutes. Like, that's true absurdist comedy, right there. That's legend stuff right there.
I want to. Yeah, we have time. Real quick. So we have a streak of, I forget how many years it is, that a team that started in the initial top 25, in the top 10, finishes outside of the top 25 completely. Like the streak is 20-something years. Okay, well, Texas is not in the initial, so they won't be an answer here. So Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, USC, Penn State, Florida State, Clemson, Tennessee. Around the room, which one of those teams, because it's going to happen, it happens every single year, is going to finish outside of the top 25.
Give them out again.
Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, USC, Penn State, Florida State, Clemson, and Tennessee.
Let's think about it, and then we'll come back with an answer on the other side of the break. Ask the bench as well. Keep it locked to OTB.
OTB, OT.
Shout out our friends at Community Steel Company. Look, if you are a contractor, if you need steel, beams, pipes, any steel products, go hit up Community Steel Co. You can go to communitysteelco.com. Jake will give you the number in a second, but I want you to call that phone number because, look, they are local. They sell to businesses as well as just personal use. If you're just a person that needs some steel fabrication for whatever reason, it's very rare they do that. This is not some national company moving in. Again, they're right there in Gonzales where they got their giant shop. And the best part is when you call the number Jake gives you, you're going to talk with an actual live and local sales team. How about that? That is so rare. Community Steel Co. Welcome to the Off the Bench team. Shout out Brandon Golson.
Yeah, they can do everything here. Like, everything is truly local. And so you're going to get the best service and the fastest service as well. So when you have local salespeople like they do, I mean, that is direct to who you're trying to get in contact with. And that number is 225-647-2020, 225-647-2020, always online at communitysteelco.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota Camry for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota Camry for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU.
It's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. My reaction to the Johnny Manziel documentary. We'll get you ready for a Saints preseason game and more on LSU Fall Camp. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
But first, tears for fear.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Out of those teams you mentioned, Jake, I'm going, I think Clemson or Florida State.
Okay.
And obviously,
Florida
like,
State came to my thought process, but their schedule's the only reason I didn't.
both these are good teams.
Yep.
But that's the whole point of this, is that somebody who we think is going to be really good is going to blow it.
Yeah, I'd say Tennessee.
Tennessee's a good one.
They lost a lot. I could see somebody in the East kind of rise above them.
Tennessee would be my choice as well.
All right, Bo.
USC.
In the Pac-12, I could see it. I could see.
Hey, I appreciate that one.
Especially and this could happen to anybody, but if Caleb Williams gets hurt, then that team suddenly maybe
Yeah, because their defense is not going to be good.
Yeah,
we already know that.
Yeah.
They are so one player dependent. Now, maybe the best player in college football, but if he goes down, we saw when he hurt his hamstring how much different that team looked. And this is starting October the 14th at Notre Dame, Utah, at Cal, Washington, at Oregon, UCLA. And
no,
then,
I could see it.
And then Pac-12 championship after a bye week. They get a bye week before the Pac-12 championship, but that means that they don't get one in that stretch. Their bye week is actually after Stanford, which is week 3, and then they go the rest of the year.
Oof, that's not good.
So for that reason, that stretch, and because Caleb Williams, they had the potential to be there in the end, but also the potential to follow the top 25.
That's a good point. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Visit Yard Seltzer, Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. If there was a male version of Barbie the movie, what toy would it be based around?
Stretch Armstrong.
What, do you know what's freaking insane? I had Stretch Armstrong pop in my head, and that's a shame because that's absolutely not an answer. But that is too exactly what popped into my head. G.I. Joe, but I guess it's kind of different because they have G.I. Joe movies. Transformers, but they have Transformers movies.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. Huh. Is there like a singular kind of male toy in the way that there is Barbie? I don't know if there's a great answer.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
But they've already had movies.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like
there was, but they've already done it. Yeah.
Rock'em Sock'em.
But like Barbie could be a Transformer and could be a G.I. Joe. I don't know if there's a male toy equivalent.
Hungry Hippos?
No.
Hungry
Ask the Bench. Tony's or Slap Your Mama? Slap Your Mama. I actually like champagnes with a little garlic.
I'll be honest, I like it all.
I mean, I like it all.
I'll
take any of it. Don't get me wrong.
On top
I'll
of
go
stuff.
champagnes first, then Tony's, then Slap Your Mama.
On top of stuff, Tony's cooking something, Slap Your Mama's.
Oh, okay.
I got some old jambalaya that's sitting there, a couple days old. Gonna heat that up. Oof.
Oh, hell yeah. Ask the Bench. When you heat up jambalaya, do you do a little spritz of water?
Yep.
And then a little paper towel over the top?
I do it on the
microwave.
stove.
Oh, you do it on the stove. Okay.
I mess with the microwave. I still put water in there, though.
Yeah,
just a
for sure.
Bit, just
give it a little rehydration.
A little bit.
Why is Friday by Rebecca Black not the official Friday theme song of OTB?
Because this is the official
because
Friday
Tears for
theme
Fears
song.
is better. Y'all have a great weekend. We love you. I agree. Ask the
I
bench.
guess I'm going to a preseason game.
I turned 36 yesterday. Any advice for my Jerome Bettis here? Yes. Hit the hole hard.
Yeah.
Any challenges you see, run him over just like the bus would.
I can't add anything better than that.
Don't fumble. If you do, surround yourself with big Bens to pick you up.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
I'm so happy the bus got that Super Bowl championship.
In some ways, in that analogy.
Actually, so have you ever melted cheese over leftover jambalaya? What?
OTB, OT.
My fat ass is into that, man. Damn. And this is technically a live read. This is why I need some Rejuve in my life, because, yeah, cheese over that. I mean, what? Guys, that sounds actually delicious. But look, if you need help, you got memory problems, mood problems, erectile dysfunction, any just like overall energy issues, you feel old, you don't feel like yourself anymore, Rejuve Medical can help you treat all of this, and including things like losing weight, appetite, all that stuff. Like, so maybe it's HRT, maybe metabolization optimization, maybe it's one of their other plenty of treatments that they offer. If you want to feel better, younger, RejuveMeMedical.com. Go check them out on Instagram. Check out the YouTube channel. They can start getting into there. Get that consultation day, Rejuve Medical.
Yeah, once you go to the website, you'll see everything T-Bob's talking about. It's right there on the homepage. Find that list of conditions they can treat. You'll see there's a lot of different things on there. You might be dealing with something, but you won't know until you get it scheduled. RejuveMeMedical.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.